Welcome everybody to another session of The End of Time. Let's do a little quick recap of last time. We started out with essentially the entire session was the defense of Olenara. We went to the inn, had a little talk with Greg. Everything was all set up for a defense, but some people wanted to take a more active approach, which is totally cool. Kiva decided that she wanted to go more for the subjects and find and deal with the subject by herself, and she was able to convince Krialis to go with her, so it evened the odds. So it wasn't just one person against many; it was two against some. Sphagooglio and Mega decided they wanted to stay for the defense. After a grueling series of combat, both in the town square and outside the town square, the heroes triumphed with Kiva going down a couple times, but barely keeping alive. Krialis ended up pretty much doing rogue stuff to the point where she was able to take out Subject 1, and at the very last second, Subject 1 said, "Thank you," in a very quiet voice as Subject 1 was dying. In the town squares, after a lot of fighting and a lot of misses between a bugbear and the entire group, everyone missing everything, the final blow was landed, the bugbear was killed, the town is safe. Right before we ended, the Shadow had a little conversation. First with Sphagooglio and a not quite unconscious Mega, but a Mega who was about to go to sleep because he was very, very hurt. He pointed out, he gave them a little bit of information about potentially where the people who attacked. They said there's a stronghold somewhere. These are where the people came from. I would like to see. It was a challenge essentially. I would like to see if you guys could do this. I'm intrigued. And then he went off, found Krialis, did a little bit of shadowy things, a little shadowy business. Went up, pointed out. He looked satisfied essentially at what Krialis did and tried to. His words were that of specifically pointing out the fact that Krialis had to kill Subject 1, who was unconscious, and said something along the lines of, killing him in cold blood, it gets easier, I swear. Made a little comment about where the stronghold was and then disappeared. If you guys essentially wanted to say that we made it back to the inn and then start there so that not everyone's, so unconscious they're asleep or anything like that, I'm totally cool with skipping ahead to an inn.
People
Yeah.
are unconscious and asleep and won't be awake for like 4
4
hours?
hours. Yeah,
Oh,
that was the
what?
last roll. 4 hours for that.
Was it
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Was it 4?
The
It
second
was
one was
4.
4.
It
The
was
first
2
one
the
was 2.
first time, and then it was 4.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're playing for 4 hours today, so if you need to log off,
Yeah, hey, thanks. This is a great time. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, so we can just say that everyone made it to the inn. Everyone from the battle that was alive, only one of the townsfolk that defended actually ended up making out alive. The last bugbear did some pretty hefty damage. Yeah. Everyone that's alive makes it back to the inn. They all rest up. A hard-fought victory. There's some cheering and happiness, but it's a little bit of a solemn occasion because there were definitely some lives lost. And no one's very happy about that. We can say you all go back to your rooms and everyone kind of goes to sleep. Or actually, if you have anything before you want to go to your rooms, people that are awake.
is Greg around?
Yes, Greg's around.
I walk up to Greg, chest puffed. I was like, I told you it would work.
The plan? Yeah, you did. And, the forest didn't get burnt down. Good job.
Of course it didn't. It said boom, not hell on earth. Did you even read the plan?
From what I could make of it, yes, I did. I read it. It was a very intricate plan. I don't know if I fully understood it.
It was a good plan.
Yep. It was. Good job.
I don't even reply to that. It's just like, I knew it was a good job.
Okay. Yeah. he goes back to just tending a little bit to the wounded, passing out drinks to those that are awake to kind of soothe whatever mournfulness there is.
You keep adding right there.
Yep. But yeah. Anyone else want to do anything or just out like a light, done for the night?
I think it's counting sheep.
Yeah,
okay.
Nice.
I just had to rub it in his face. I don't really have anything to do.
Okay. And we're gonna say some of the archers were able to bring Kiva back, probably with the help of Crealis, to make sure that she got into her bed and was able to, fall
I
asleep.
mean,
Or
she's
she's
a
already
bit
unconscious,
of a
but like
beefcake.
fully going.
Kriana could not carry her.
There were
back, so-
there was a
They
couple
drag
archers
you.
helping out. Yeah.
yeah.
Crealis started dragging, and then a couple archers came around to help her out.
Luckily, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
how did Sphagooglio get Mega back?
Was Mega not actually?
I
I-
got mage hand.
That's not.
I guess Mega was still conscious. He was just really tired. So,
Right. I imagine Mega like stumbled back essentially to
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah. Sphagooglio could like guide him with Mage Hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone goes to sleep. So, Mega and Kiva, you actually both have the exact same dream. In your dream, it is all outlined in red. And from the sky, a strange triangular object just seems to come plummeting down to Earth, impacts where it is, and just wreaks a lot of destruction. And that's it, just a flash of a dream, and then it's gone. Kiva, right after that, you also have a dream very similar to that you had in the first town. Once again, you feel like you're kind of awake, but rather than the trick that was played on you where like there was no one around, it's much more forward. You're almost immediately brought out into the street, and the same figure, which now you notice doesn't look at all like the shadow, kind of holds out, he does the exact same speech. This is what will happen to your friends if you don't gain power. I will give you all of the power you need if you just join us. Come follow the nightmare. And then the dream cuts out. And that's everyone's lovely night. No one else has any dreams.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's that. Next, you guys are gonna all, I imagine, wake up after a while. And once you're all moseying about and waking up, what would y'all like to do?
So Mega is this dream that's kind of outlined in red with the triangular thing falling down. Does this look like the area we're in, or does it look like someplace he's been before?
It doesn't look like anything that's been before. You have a vague idea that it's somewhere in northern Alera, but that's it.
Okay.
Did Kiva see did she recognize this place from from the Book of Memories at all, or is this completely original?
different? Yeah.
Okay. As Kiva wakes up, she's
After
feeling
like 10
real
hours
bad.
of sleep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's had it a bit rough. And so she's just kind of very carefully getting out of bed. And she immediately writes down the stuff in her dreams. And just makes a note of it, and then goes to study her star charts. And as she studies them, she kind of puzzles through a way that she can maybe change the stars if she needs to. For those who don't know, Kiva took the lucky feat because she needs it.
She needs it.
Because she needs it.
Oh, yeah.
And so she kind of she's able to puzzle a way to change the stars, so to speak.
I like it. Thematic.
And kind of just continues studying before going down for breakfast.
As you sort of wake up and you drag yourself over to your desk and you write this stuff down, after you're done and you sort of just doing some studying and getting ready, at some point you notice a little figure in the corner.
I'll go ahead and look over. What's Creella's doing? Is she just watching?
Yep, she's just watching, and when she sees you kind of look over, she says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't want to bother you."
Oh no, Crealis, it's quite all right. Crealis, what happened? And would you care to enlighten me before anybody else does?
She hops a little nervously on the little chair she's pulled into the corner, um, that she's like standing on, not even really sitting on. Uh, well, after after we found the lieutenant, well, he uh, was going to kill you, but didn't, and um, your plan worked.
Um,
And she just
can
stops,
can I
just
get a little bit
stops.
of insight? Can I see if I can?
Yeah, go for
Sure.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. You
Okay,
can do an insight check, and
that's a
I guess we do have Krios to do a
7.
deception.
this is 7. Yeah,
Technically, yeah.
it's clear. It's clear to you that like I mean, first of all, just you putting together like Crealis is there. Yeah, all that is things were bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and and I would say like you feel like maybe that's just that's it. That's why Crealis is so like guarded about what happened.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely more, but it seems like she doesn't want to think about it, so she's not sharing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what you'd get.
Um, Kiva's gonna like approach her and like gently put a hand on Crealis and just look her in the eye and say, "I'm very proud of you. You were very brave back there. You did a good job. Thank you."
Now that you're close, you actually see like next to her a couple of your druid books sort of sitting there. Like,
Uh-huh. Have you have you been studying?
uh, oh, well, I didn't sleep much, so I read through some of your books. I hope that's okay.
Of course it's okay. Knowledge is meant to be shared. Uh, did you learn anything new?
Uh, I how did you put this? I I think so. The I stood out a little bit under the stars, like you showed me sometimes, and looking up at them, and she kind of like puts out her hand, and like a little like blossom of a star emerges. Uh, so I can do that
Kiva is like beaming in the only way that Kiva can, which is kind of just
with a
like
scowl.
with kind of like a scowl, but eyes are like totally wide. And so she's just kind of like she's just like awestruck. Um, and she says, "That is very good, Crealis. Can you do other things?" And she creates a dandelion in her hands.
Her brow furrows, and she's looking at it, and like the star sort of becomes a flower, but it's like the outline like a constellation. Like it's
Mhm,
not
mhm.
quite like clearly this is a flower, but it's the outline of a flower.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Um, and Kiva says, "This is very good. We can practice if you would like.
Hmm. Hmm.
I can teach you more."
Hmm. I would like that.
And Kiva kind of like turns around and grabs like a few more star charts. Um, and kind of comes back and starts like naming things and pointing at things and
Way
teaching her
more
a little
than
bit
than
more.
Krialis can probably absorb right
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She's kind of like a little too excited. Um, but like at some point after maybe like 15-20 minutes of her kind of like lecturing, she's finally like, "Oh, so we can also practice this and we can practice that." And so she kind of goes through and actually does like practice activities with you and
Okay. Okay.
not just book learning.
Yeah.
Nice.
So in practical terms, Krialis can use Druidcraft and Mending.
Nice.
Um, and once
Cool.
a day, and this isn't maybe not something that like comes up now for between them, but
Rip for
once
later.
a day is able to cast Cure Wounds.
Nice. Gotta like the heels. That way you can
Obvious
actually.
reason.
That would have been another way to keep her up. That's right.
Yep. Yep.
Kiva's like so terribly proud. If she was capable of crying, she would.
So
Excellent.
I'm taking it. Mega just goes right downstairs and goes for the largest breakfast he's ever had in his life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. He
From the
changes into his, his clean set of clothes, bundles the dirty set into a one of his sacks so that he can hopefully, find a place to get it washed.
yeah.
And then, oh yeah, comes down. He's like, I want you to keep bringing me roasted mutton and eggs until I say stop.
The innkeeper bartender guy just goes to work, goes down to the kitchen that's underneath, and you just hear him start to cook with the chef, and they just keep bringing you food. They just keep going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And oatmeal.
And oatmeal. They give you everything you want. You're
Just
one of the
raw
saviors of Olenara. You can pretty much get whatever you want. It's all in the house.
All right.
Sphagooglio.
Sphagooglio walks downstairs at a similar time that Mega does, and he sits down beside him, and he starts day drinking.
Oof.
Sounds all right.
Nice.
Okay. So
Mega's gonna see this and he'd be like, you should probably throw some juice in there at some point.
Some people call this the no juice.
Yeah. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot, Sphagooglio.
I'm just saying, there's enough juice in here.
Incredible.
okay. So while that's happening, Greg's gonna walk in. Greg and Pharrell and Barty are gonna walk into the inn, see the two of you, and greet you. Like, hello, how's everyone doing? I know it was kind of a grueling. Greg is the one who leads. It's a kind of a grueling affair for sure. How are you? Can we get you anything?
I'm sore.
Yeah.
Does
yeah.
does this place have a hot spring or a bathhouse or something?
The rivers in Olenara aren't really there. There's no heat to them, and there's no specific bathhouse that I can think of.
Fair
Maybe,
enough.
yeah, no, I can't think of any place that would do that.
Okay. So yeah, Mega's going to as soon as it, as actually politeness says doesn't even enter into it. As soon as he's full, he's gonna go out, find a less populated bend of the river and just try and wash up and get clean.
Okay. While you're doing that, Greg's gonna sit down with Sphagooglio and Pharrell and Barty, and Greg's gonna kind of give you a look and be like, "That was I'm
Wonderful.
impressed. I honestly, your plan worked. Good for you. But most of all, I'm just impressed that you were able to defend this. Thanks."
What's that supposed to mean? Were you impressed? Were you impressed that anybody else was able to defend this?
Everyone else isn't here right now. Yeah, I'm impressed with them as well, but you're the only one here
Okay.
right now.
As long as you're impressed with everybody and not just the,
Yeah.
like,
Everyone,
references is fine.
everyone's impressive. But you are the one. You're the one here at the moment, and you still did a good job. That was it was a crazy plan using fire in a forest, but it worked out.
Yeah, you really need to know what you're doing and be really smart to pull it off. It's all about the intersects and lines, and combustion is a big factor.
Barty just lets out like a big laugh and is like, "I feel like you're more of a fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy, and I respect that. It worked out though. Like I do it all the time."
Oh yeah, no, it was a flying plan for sure.
I mean, yeah, yep. No, I like that. I mean, I used to be a private detective, so flying by the seat of the pants is what I used to do for a job most of the time. Do we know when everyone else is going to be here? Kind of go over some stuff. Don't worry, there are no plans involved. We've scrapped that entire course of action after the last couple of times.
Mega will come
I mean-
back in at this point. He's like, he's got, you know, his kind of dry clothes on, but he's like dripping wet because he
Yeah.
didn't think
Oh,
that he's gonna need a
man.
towel or anything, and he's
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you don't have a plan, do we at least have a scheme? Can we have a scheme?
We have a general direction.
Well, point us in it then.
Sure. When the other two get down here, we'll point you in a general direction.
I'd go get them, but they don't listen to me.
Yeah, like,
Mega's
how
already
long-
up.
how long are we-
Mega's already up and moving. He
Okay.
goes up, goes to Kiva's door. Bang, 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 bang. Breakfast is ready. And Wand comes stomping back down.
It's gonna take Kiva another like half an hour after that to get downstairs because like she was right in the middle of a thought when that happened and she got
No.
really upset about it. So she like restarted her thought and she like
Mhm.
continued.
Mhm.
And she also wanted to give Crealis her own little notebook with her name
Oh,
on
no.
it.
Huh.
And she like gifts it. It's like a leather bound notebook, just one of like her spares, but it like fits perfectly.
Roll to
within
make sure it's
Crealis's
not the
little
Book of
name.
Memories by accident. Just kidding.
It's not.
Hang on,
I
let's
would
roll.
never, not to baby Crealis.
Well, by
No,
accident, of
yep.
course. Just not paying enough
course.
attention. Just here's a
Completely by accident.
yeah.
Oh my god. And she like hands it to Crealis and it has like Crealis's name on the top and she says, "So you can start charting the stars yourself one day."
That custom item it is.
Custom item.
Unidentified
Notebook.
item. Can I rename you?
You can do. There's a way in a D&D Beyond where you can just
Oh,
add.
got it.
Yeah. Other possession. Okay. So when all this happens, you guys make your way downstairs. It's the four of you together again after all that happened. Oh god, that's my desk.
But Crealis, you notice like as soon as Kiva starts walking down the stairs, she like gives an exasperated sigh, gets more stoic again. She like
Mhm.
has this like soft spot that she like let
And we'll
loose for a
just
second, and now
falters.
she's just like
Mm-hmm.
a rock again.
So Greg notices the two of you, says thank you all for thank everyone for being together. We're just gonna go over a general direction of things. You guys get to make your own plan. We're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna let Pharrell take this over. She'll just outline some things, and then yeah. Pharrell gets up, looks around, makes sure there's pretty much no one in the inn at this point. Everyone is kind of filtered out. So we have a general idea of where this attack came from. We're guessing that there's a Void Knight stronghold, which is a group of knights that essentially want the destruction of the world. Pretty simple bad guy things. We feel like they're working with the Shadow because the Shadow, though he's more complex, would probably use them as pawns. Probably. Yeah. And we're thinking of attacking that stronghold.
When you say we, does that mean us? Or
Plus,
are you involved at all?
So, and she does another look around the inn to kind of make sure no one's there. So, it gets a little bit quieter. Before we go, I would like to take you to the hideout of the rebellion and have you meet some people, kind of get acquainted with us, and then some of the rebellion and me should be able to help you to the stronghold.
Sphagooglio talks a monotone. I don't know what you mean, rebellion. We're not part of the rebellion.
Good job. But yeah, if you guys just want to meet me on the outskirts in like an hour, we'll go over there. Everything will be good. Sound okay?
I don't know Crealis told Kiva this, or if anybody has talked to Kiva about what the shadow said about attacking that one place.
I think I can hear you.
Has
I don't
nobody
think
talked
Crealis
about
knows
that?
either, actually.
Corrales, the shadow told you vaguely, more vague than even Sphagooglio. I think he said that there's a stronghold to the north, and that was it.
Yeah, that was about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sphagooglio and Mega, he was like, "Hey, there's a stronghold of bad people. I'd like to see you go attack them, and it's interesting to me, kind of."
Okay.
I'll probably bring it up when we actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mega's gonna turn to Pharrell. Is that her
Yeah,
name?
Pharrell. Yeah.
Be like, has there been any did a star fall to the north of here at some point, or has there been some sort of like you know big thing that fell out of the sky? Kind of, he's kind of grasping for language. He's not sure what exactly how to explain it.
I got some early reports in the morning of some big loud noise coming from the north in a somewhat uninhabited area. But that's, I
I
mean,
had the craziest dream that this thing fell out of this big burning thing fell out of the sky and caused a lot of damage. I
it's
don't know where that would have come from.
I received the
possible.
same dream as well.
Interesting that it's possible that this is the loud crash we heard. Alaria is an interesting land. Sometimes people have the same dreams. Sometimes they're prophecies. Sometimes they're visions. Sometimes they're nothing at all. But maybe worth checking out at some point.
Yeah.
I'll send some scouts to try and pinpoint the location and get back to you on that.
Well, the stronghold thing, that's to the north too, right?
Correct.
So why don't we go and check it out, and then when we come back, we'll let you know.
That works. I'm okay with that.
And then Mega will turn to Kiva and Crealis and be like, and if it was a star that fell, then you can look at it and see what's written on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how it works.
I know.
Like,
it's
that's
perfect.
not quite how it works. It is rather, and she kind of goes into an explanation that she knows nobody really cares about, but she feels the need to be understood. It is rather like the stars form themselves in various shapes.
Mega's just smiling at you like you're he knows that it's not how it works, but he just likes to get you riled up.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the explanation, Sphagooglio was like, translation, a charlatan will never explain their dupe.
Anyway.
Oh boy.
Nice.
I concur. I agree that we should maybe take a look at this phenomenon first before we join the others of your not rebellion.
I mean, I don't know. I think we should probably go to the rebel thing first because they're going to send us north right after that, and that's going to be on the way.
So, okay, hold on. Recap where all of these things are located.
Okay, so
I totally
you have object far north that has fallen. You have Rebel Camp, which is probably a little bit to the northwest of where Olonara is. That's totally on the way. You have Stronghold, and then you have the Book of Memories, which is just south of that. The Ogre Mound. There's 4 things. Technically, the object is farthest north, and everything else is along the way.
Wait, did you just say something about the Book of Memories? The
Yeah,
last
the Ogre
memory
Mound
it gave me was pointing south?
It was pointing north. So it's pointing, so you have Olinara, Rebel Camp, Stronghold, Ogre Mound, and then off screen up here is the object. So it's north. It's like a line.
It's so bad with maps and directions.
It's like a constellation, Kiva.
Okay, Kiva's good at that kind of shit. I'm not. I'm genuinely
So
very
if you
like
go to the really
discombobulated.
poorly MS Paint version of the map that I put in Discord,
Oh, thank you.
I'm just
She
gonna
just
pin
said
it.
she can't. She just said she can't read maps. What do you do?
Okay.
I know, but a poorly
It's
written
been
map is
pinned now,
better
so
than
you
my
can see
brain.
that in the pin. The like
Dear
mushroom that is
God.
Alara. Yeah, no, that was like a long
Okay.
time ago. So you have essentially you guys are so you see where Great Helm is? You're southeast by a pretty good way to Great Helm, in between Great Helm and
Okay.
the Elvish city that's been renamed. So you're about halfway between those two names. The just a bit to the north and west is the rebel hideout. Just a bit to the north and east of that is a stronghold. So it like zigzags back and forth. So if I drew a
The
line in
rebel
between,
hideout is on the way to the stronghold. So if we want to go to the stronghold, we have to pass the rebel house.
Right.
correct, essentially, because it's like imagine you're here and then it just like zigzags locations, just kind of
Right.
up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Jesus Christ. My brain is just like not. I swear I'm a smart person.
no, it's fine.
But I think we should stop at the rebel house on the way there because otherwise we're gonna have to go all the way up and then come all the way back
Um,
down, then go all the way
okay,
back up
so
again.
on on my last reading of the Book of Memories, I kind of got just like a place. I didn't get like an object this time, right?
Correct. You got a. I don't think you knew the
Sorry,
exact.
I took really bad notes that
No, that's
time.
fine. You got a like writing utensil essentially, like he was taking a note and then kind of threw it off. But that was your object.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Does
So
anybody need any? Let's pack up.
So,
Let's get going.
on the table in front of you are two things from the battle that you guys never looted, but Greg is a very nice person. And in front of you is a
hey,
greater he says this is some rewards that we found from the battle. You got a greater healing potion over here that was found on a bugbear, and then a bag of holding as well for whoever would like it.
I think we should put the book in the
Eva
bag of
takes the
holding.
bag of holding.
Does she
Just
immediately
reaches
just
out and grabs.
yeah?
This is exactly what I said we should do like 3 days ago. You should put the book in there so no one can see its aura.
She doesn't like acknowledge what you said. She kind of just looks at Greg and says, I appreciate these. We'll go see your rebels.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I
Mega's gonna take the potion.
okay, cool. That's great. Happy to know you're coming to see the rebels. I won't be there. I'll be off doing some scouting of the stronghold. But you have Pharrell and Barty with you. So you should be good.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're chill.
They're chill. I don't know if I'd call either of them chill, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't understand, Greg.
Yeah,
After
you know
getting
what?
like
Sure.
after getting like a single bowl of oatmeal, Kiva's gonna like take the bowl and then like take the bag of holding and then just start shoving all of her papers in there. She has so many documents.
Somehow you actually burst the bag of holding with the amount of document.
Oh no. Paper cuts are the
I need a more
worst.
intricate filing system.
Or just kidding, it's a bag of devouring. They're all gone.
Oh no!
If anything ever happens to that bag, though, all your research is gone.
It's true.
But I feel like it's still the safest place. Okay. So, anyone have anything they want to do in town before we head out to the rebel hideout?
Nope.
I think
Sphagooglio's
none of
good
us
to
really
go.
care for this town.
No one
You
cares for
should
this
keep
town.
keeping an eye on the group and like,
Even though one of us has a certain level of prestige, she does not like this town.
No. Anyone who's
still a
not a
town.
high elf does not like Olinar very much. Okay. So, you guys make your way to the rebel hideout. You follow a group of rebels, Pharrell and Barty. As you approach what seems to be a tree, a very large tree, probably not 60, we'll say 20 feet in diameter. As you approach it, Pharrell knocks to a certain pattern, and the tree actually opens up the very front of it into a door. And in front of you seems to be a very large, it looks like a hollowed out tree that looks very much larger than it was on the outside. There's multiple tiers. There are multiple platforms pretty much all the way up. On the very bottom floor, there are a couple tables with maps on them. People seem to be rustling about. There's a lot of conversation about, you get little glimpses of like, where do we go next? Something about strongholds, something about this, something about that. There's a lot of people here. And Pharrell kind of steps to the side of the door and says, "Welcome to the Rebel Hideout. If you would like to just follow me in, we're gonna go over some stuff. I want you to meet specifically one of people. She calls herself the Oracle or an Oracle. I don't believe in that stuff so much, but she kept on bugging me to get the 4 heroes in here. So follow me." And you follow her on your way. Assuming that everyone actually follows her and doesn't peel off.
So how long did it
Yes.
take to get to the rebel hideout from the town?
Probably about an hour and a half
Okay.
of
So-
walking, because you went on a road for probably 20 minutes, and then you kind of weaved through a bunch of trees all the way to the Rebel Hideout.
Okay. As they were getting, I'm going to DM you something.
Sure.
As they were about to leave, Mega's like, "Oh, hold on, I forgot one thing."
Okay.
And so, anyways, continue.
Okay. Okay, so you are heading through the hideout. You kind of make your way in towards a back room. On a chair sits a very, very old looking half elf female. Just as you enter, she kind of looks up and is like, "Hello, I was expecting you," and looks over specifically and just, "Kiva, hello,
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
thank you very much." And Sphagooglio, Crealis, Mega.
Who's Sphagooglio? My name's Gary.
You can drop that, guys. Here, it's okay. I know who you are.
See, Sphagooglio wants to keep this lie going because he lied
totally
to
fine.
Pharrell.
That's
And
totally
he's like,
fine.
no. I don't know what.
Pharrell chuckles and then just walks out of the room.
You're
Like
cool
a
with the
little laugh.
Sphagooglio shit.
The Oracle kind of looks at it. It's sure. Gary, is that what you would like to be called?
That is my name.
Okay. Well, I know why you're all here. I've been kind of asking Pharrell to, so I can meet you. I wanted to give you some gifts from and tell you a prophecy that I have known for quite a while. Similar to, and she looks over at Kiva, similar to you, I read the stars. I also read certain messages in the in certain other structures, but the stars are mainly my alignment that I oracle from. I know you
How much
don't
are we gonna have to pay for this?
I know you don't believe in it, Sphagooglio, but you're smart enough to know that it does actually work, even if you try to pretend it doesn't. There you go. That's fine. You do what you believe is right. Anyway, how she kind of looks around. it's very rude of me to not first ask, like, how is everyone? How have your travels been in Alaria before I just go straight into prophecy? I forget my manners sometimes. How has everyone been doing here so far?
Yeah,
When it comes to
bit of a
certain
bumpy boat
matters,
ride.
pleasantries are inconsequential.
Some of us almost died, but you already know that, I presume.
Yes, and I am sorry to say that
All-seeing eye.
the journey does not get any easier from here. But I have some items that were put aside by some of the earlier oracles specifically for the four of you that might help along your journey. That items that should grow with you. I feel like I would be it would dishonor them if I didn't read or tell you of their prophecy while giving you the items, for they were the ones that originally wrote it and then pass it down through the stars and through text. So to forgo pleasantries, might as well just get right to it. The prophecy reads, 4 heroes will arrive in your hour of need. 1, a shepherd of the stars. 1, a shepherd of land. 1, a being out of place. And 1, a being out of time. She specifically looks at Sphagooglio in the last part. For these reasons they will arrive, to help one's family, to help the skies, to seek one's family, to seek divine. For the trove they will receive, she pulls out a pair of gauntlets, hands them to Mega, fists worn through battle. She pulls out a map, hands it to Kiva, maps worn through age. She pans out a short sword, hands it to Crealis, a weapon gone in a blink. And then she pulls out a rapier and hands it to Sphagooglio, a weapon that lost to a fiend. These are the 4 weapons that were passed down through age. They have lost a good amount of their luster, but as the saying goes, as you become more powerful, so too will the weapons. And also the items, since not all of them are weaponry.
I don't know if you ever gotten a paper cut. I'd say that's the most dangerous one.
Always
Megas-
using humor to deflect from a serious situation. You are the
Mega's already
Sphagooglio that
got the
I was told.
gauntlets on. He's like,
Okay.
I could crush the entire world with these things.
How many
So,
gems are on that thing?
when you
Mega
put
10 people.
when you put the gauntlets on, they feel okay. I actually have the specific equipment because this is a homebrew item.
Actually, just the Infinity Gauntlet.
It's not.
Good thing Mega doesn't know how to snap.
He literally does not have that knowledge yet.
Snapping wasn't invented for a couple more years. Nobody
Okay.
can do it. It's weird.
So I need to look it up in D&D Beyond. I do also have it in a Google Doc, so I can tell you what they do.
Cool.
So this is a fist. You put them on. You feel slightly stronger, and you get the feeling that as you grow, like as you get more powerful, the fist should get more powerful. You have a +1 to athletics when grappling, and when trying to keep grapples.
Oh yeah.
That's not
See, I
actually-
feel like if the Oracle actually said that, that's like legitimately like a con. Like even like a cotton glove is gonna get stronger if you get stronger because you're stronger.
You think
So-
what you want, Sphagooglio.
Yeah, so Sphagooglio is like literally any glove. Like
Amazing.
Okay. So
Oh,
I'm sorry. So I get it's +1 to
It's
Grappling?
grappling. Yeah. So we +1 to grappling and when trying to keep grapple. So like contesting rolls if someone's trying to break out of it. Okay. So Kiva, as you pick up the map, you notice that it is essentially a very detailed star chart of everything over at Lara. And while you have the map in your possession, you have +1 to Arcana checks and history checks. For now.
Ooh. Plus one
Cre-
history, plus one,
Alice, when you have the sword handed to you, you feel like you can move a little bit faster now. You have a +1 to acrobatics, an additional 5 feet of ground movement.
+1 to acrobatics, an additional
So
5 feet of ground movement.
Correct.
Okay, that's funny.
And Sphagooglio, when you hold your rapier, you hear a little fiendish voice in the back of your head saying, "Pleasure to meet you." And you have
it's not it's
plus-
not my patron.
no, +1 to deception, and I have it in quotes, a lovely fiendish friend.
No.
So I have +1 to
dear.
deception as long as it's on my person or wielding it.
Correct. All of it's as long
No.
as it's on your person.
Okay, because I can't
Great.
wield a regular rapier.
Correct.
Okay.
Or I mean, I
Okay.
guess what you can wield a short sword. It would be
I
a
can
weapon
wield
that you could wield.
If you make it a dagger, that's
We'll
what I'm
make it
going
a
to use
dagger.
for my dual.
It's a
That's what I'm
dagger.
going to use for. That's what I'm going to use for my dual wielding. So I'd
Yeah.
actually use it
So
because
I
it has
have
to be
them
something that's
in
finesse and
D&D Beyond, but I don't see them showing up. So just write it down as like equipment or pluses to keep a note of it, and then add it in later.
Okay. I have it. Actually, I have a dagger on my. I have 2 daggers on my person, so I'll just customize one.
Make
of
a
those.
note that's like some fiend and something else. Yeah.
At least now
Dagger.
Sphagooglio will have someone to talk to.
Right?
I'm
Okay.
in good company now.
This point, the Oracle looks at you and says, "I hope all of these are helpful, at least or just helpful in general throughout your entire journey. Even in their weaker state, they do give off something, and in their strongest state, they could help you topple even the strongest foe." She looks at the group because the book is in the bag of holding. She looks at the group and
Wait, did she actually put the book in the bag of holding? Because she
Yeah, the book's
ignored me.
like
Okay.
everything got
Everything's
put in the bag of holding.
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
All of the notes, all of the knowledge.
Okay.
I know of a terrible burden that you bear, and I'm very sorry, as is everyone, that you can hear that terrible thing. It's a means to an end, and I'm sorry that you have to be put through that.
You kind of get used to the screaming, but now that it's in the bag, it's a lot quieter.
It's true.
Oh, you're talking about the book. I thought you were still talking about Sphagooglio.
I don't scream that loud or telepathically.
Kiva says
Bagel.
it is one of the necessary evils of life. And Kiva kind of rustles through the bag of holding and pulls out a star chart, a custom star chart she made of her homeland, and hands it to the oracle.
She grabs it and says, "Thank you very much. What's the name of your whole homeland?" This is, sorry, not in character. What's the name of your homeland?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, did I write this down anywhere?
Let's review the first VOD right now.
Let's review the first VOD.
Oh no, I have like I typed a few things up.
It's not super important. We'll say the Oracle
It's
knows,
not
because the
super
Oracle
important.
would
Okay.
know. Okay, she'd be like,
Yeah,
yes,
it can be called.
this is Homeland One place thing.
It can be called Duradin.
Duradin, okay.
Cool. I like that name. It's official. I'm writing it down.
There we go. Star map of Duradin. That's very, very beautifully drawn. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Knowledge should always be an exchange.
I like the way you think.
I'm sorry. What is the Oracle an elf?
Half elf. Very, very old half elf.
Okay.
She actually doesn't get out of her chair the entire time. You notice that she kind of struggled for a little bit to try and get up, but she just kind of sat back down.
Thank you so much. I agree.
You're welcome.
Alice.
You're welcome, both of you.
Do you know anything about the Duchess Maple Ellen?
The stars are not fully written for her destiny yet, but she can be found in an elven town that I have not named yet, but you know it.
Oh, that town. Okay.
Yeah. But she does tell you
Yeah, her-
exactly where you can find the Duchess.
Okay. Yeah, her
I'll,
destiny's not written yet because I need to take something from her.
Yes, of course.
Her life. No.
There are a couple different ways that the
Oh,
stars say
that'd be
that
bad.
can. There's a couple different ways the stars say that can end up. I hope for the best, and that the best outcome is what.
Thank you for telling me where to find her.
Of course. That's pretty much all I have. I'm rather tired at this point. I think I'm going to take a bit of a nap. Just be careful. Be as careful as you can. I know that there is like I said, a very hard task ahead of you, and it doesn't get any easier. That book is a key to information that we all need. Don't take it lightly, though. And the Shadow is not someone to be really just don't take him
She just
lightly
falls
either.
asleep mid-sentence there.
And then she falls right asleep. Yeah. Don't take him lightly.
Don't take him.
And you're sort of like,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
What was that last word? That sounded important.
She's just purringly asleep.
oh my gosh.
I think
Right.
she just died.
It was
She's
just don't
sleeping.
take him. She does seem to be breathing. I mean, you can hear definitely the like that. Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right.
All right.
What an odd con artist.
What an odd card.
Sphagooglio summons his packed weapon and puts it on the ground beside the dagger to see if they're gonna like fight or anything. He's just like...
Do you have telepathy of any form?
No, but I'm really hoping they get along.
No, he
so
has
I
read
can
thoughts.
roll.
You have read thoughts.
I do have
Detect
read
thought.
thoughts.
You could
yeah.
technically detect thoughts on one of the two, if you wanted to.
I mean, could talk. I could probably talk to.
If you
my
held them in both,
patron.
yeah. If you laid them down, yeah, you could probably talk to your patron, and he would say something
Like,
about it potentially.
Is this guy cool? Are we okay? Are we okay with this guy?
He's okay. He's just a little bit annoying. I'll learn to deal with it.
We don't.
Is he talking about the Fiend or Sphagooglio?
Suli doesn't know whether the
me a
fiend.
little bit. He made a pact with me.
I mean, that doesn't mean he likes you. It just means he can use you as power. It's him. You don't know. You don't know. He could be about either.
All right.
He could be just
So
talking to the weapon.
I unsummon the packed weapon and I pick up the dagger.
Okay.
And when I heard that voice, did it come from in my head or did it come from the dagger?
It was in your head. Like, not everyone could hear the hello. It's definitely in your head.
I'm wondering if I sheath it, if it gets muffled.
So when you pick it up, he's like, "Hi, thanks for picking me back up again. How's it going? Nice to meet you."
Bizarre.
Yeah. And I'm like, I guess I'm holding it out like this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, who are you?
My name is Revellion the Imp. I'm at your service. I've been stuck in this weapon for a while, told that I'll be helping out a great adventurer. What can I do for you?
You sound like you're going to give me some kind of tutorial, so go ahead.
If that's what you want.
What do you do?
Help?
That. Okay.
What a sort of tutorial.
Is there anything? I mean, you have to ask. You'd have to ask for anything specific. I occasionally tell you that thing looks very bad, and you probably shouldn't attack it. I do like living, so I do try to keep that as much as possible.
You're gonna be a delight.
Yes, I am.
I've been told that.
Amazing.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Okay, then Let's go bathe you in the blood of my enemies.
Sounds fun.
God.
Why?
All I can think of is fucking Clippy from Microsoft Word.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Clippy the dagger.
Okay. So, you guys all make your way out of the room. Outside is Pharrell. She says, "How did everything go?" Notices the gauntlets on Mega. Is anyone else brandishing anything, or is it everything's kind of like tucked away or sheathed at this point,
Yeah,
right?
sheath. I'm not like walking out with a
holding.
sword.
I'm
Everything.
still
Everything's in
holding
the
bag
bag.
mine.
You're still
I'm
holding your
definitely-
dagger. Okay.
It's like, I'm trying to forget about it.
Okay. They are. Yeah, they were. Those are things passed down. Hopefully, they do actually gain power. Honestly, I don't know. I don't believe too much in oracling, but sometimes she's right. Honestly, most of the time she's right, but I don't like to admit that. Anyway, so let's go over.
Knowing that my fate is pre-written and I don't have free will makes me uncomfortable to think about.
Exactly. She kind of directs you all to a table. It's like, okay, so 2 courses of action here. We have and there's a map of a stronghold out in front of you. We have this stronghold. We've had it's like a vague map of the outside of it, not the inside. We've had some people scout this out. And second course of action, there are 13 essentially pieces of paper with the subject names on them. One of them is drawn in because they would have seen the corpse of one, and they really don't have anything else currently drawn in. Second course of action, 13 subjects. Barty and I have been talking. They are probably the key to at least starting to dismantle Shadow's army. I would like for you all to specifically spearhead that whenever you can, because as Greg has told us and everyone, you have the Book of Memories, and our guess is that has something to do with his subjects. He probably has some memories of his subjects. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. Who knows if the Shadow has memories at all? But yeah, so that's our 2 courses of action.
So what exactly? We gotta catch them all?
This is Pokemon. Preferably kill them all, but maybe we can get questioned a couple.
So
All right.
does this dagger have like anything special about it? Like
It's the +1 to deception
visually?
right now.
No.
Visually,
Visual, like, does it have
so
like
it's
a
like your
jewel?
normal dagger, except it like both ends are the handguards look like imp tails.
Okay, so I still don't. I guess in character and out of character, I don't know if I can think things and he hears me or not. So I'm talking to this dagger,
You don't know.
and I kind of hold it up. I was like, "Do you know anything about this stronghold?"
I know that it's a stronghold, and that no, honestly, not a clue.
You're not that helpful. What's your
That
name?
hurt a little bit, but that's fine. I understand. Rebellion?
Okay, rebellion.
Sure. You're out loud talking to your dagger in front of you at this point?
Yeah.
Everyone's just seeing him just talk to the dagger. You don't hear anything.
Oh yeah, no, Kiva has like tuned him out. She's
Yeah.
like, whenever Sphagooglio talks, she kind of just like turns off for a while.
It's
Gotcha.
a white noise machine for her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
Creole
was having a little
Kiva
bit
has,
harder
like-
time ignoring it.
Yeah, Mega's questioning.
Kiva actually does have pictures of some of the other subjects.
Okay.
She pulls those out of the bag of holding because she had drawn them for dearest little Crealis.
Right.
So she matches them up to the papers and says, "We have identities for a few of the other subjects."
Pharrell just looks at you and says, "That is exactly why we want you to spearhead this, because you're already ahead of us. You guys have a pretty good grasp on at least the start, and we need at least a start. I feel like until you guys were here, we weren't really able to get on the ground and start running at the subjects. But with you guys, we can do that. Of course, we do. Sure.
Good.
No, you first.
Do we know if they know? So okay, What happened to the body of subject? I
One.
forget the number.
2.
2.
Is it
Subject
2?
subject 1 is the one that
Oh no,
you.
subject 2 was the one that stabbed you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Subject,
in the
subject
back.
2 is the one I didn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Subject. What happened to the corpse of subject 1? I
You
don't
guys
remember.
don't know. You're imagining like. Yeah, you guys
Didn't
don't
it
know.
turn to
Did it
dust
vanish?
or
Like
something?
did the shadow do anything to disintegrate it or something? Or no?
No,
So it was there
it was
when
there.
we were like found by some of the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
soldiers. Okay, so they've seen the corpse.
They've seen the corpse
And
of
they
one.
know it's subject 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the little things that they know about it is what they knew about it was like it's a dwarvish figure. They kind of took a guess that it was subject
Mhm.
1.
So is there like a line, like a name is
Yeah,
crossed out?
name is crossed out.
Beast.
Yeah, subject 1 X'd out.
Check.
And they have 2 through 13, and now there are 2 new pictures on there, and one better drawn picture, or if I have to say, yeah, one slightly better drawn picture for subject 1 crossed out. Yeah. So I want to leave you guys with the choice to do, and this is Pharrell speaking, not me, the DM. It's both. Yeah. What I want to leave you guys with the choice of what you want to do. We can stake out the stronghold and make sure they don't come out of it, and create a better plan if you want to go to the mound or if you want to go right for the stronghold. There was talk of going for the object in the north. We haven't quite been able to figure out exactly where it is yet, but we could do that shortly. I want to leave you guys with the choice.
So
You know,
I t-
something about the way you do things seems to work, so I want you guys to lead.
Yo, I
know
don't know
that-
how.
We can't figure out how, but
You
it's
do things.
that shadow jerk, he wants us to go to the stronghold.
Yeah, Crealis kind of shivers.
We will be avoiding
I
the
don't-
stronghold.
Didn't
I
know
don't know
that.
how
There
I
are
feel
bigger
about
tasks that we can handle.
Sure. I didn't know that he wanted you to go there. I'd stay away from that for a little bit, at least till we can scout it out a little more. Then maybe he set a trap. Who knows? Or maybe he didn't. Hold
Mega's
on.
gonna like hold on. So when you're staking out a wolf den, the more people that are working on it, the more the wolves are gonna see you and know to avoid the area. So maybe we should just the 4 of us go for the stronghold right away before they know that that's going to be the target.
We're usually pretty stealthy about it, but it's possible that it's definitely possible one of us slips up and then they heighten security if it takes too long. We're usually pretty good about that, but everyone makes mistakes, so it's not a bad idea. But also, more important potentially is the Book of Memories and the 13 subjects.
Crealis, kind of, it's very quietly says, I think it doesn't matter where we go. The shadow knows where we are.
That's
Well, that's
very.
creepy.
It's interesting. He does
That's
have
what
a
he
lot.
said.
He does have. She doesn't really react to that because she has like no clue about anything, just no reaction at all. He has a lot of eyes and ears. I can tell you, and for 100% certainty, that doesn't know exactly where you are at all times, but he probably has a vague idea. Since he told you to go for the stronghold, is that your first meeting with him?
Oh, no. We're almost buds at this point.
Then that means he's taken an interest with you. On you? With you.
In you.
He said
In
he
you.
said he'd be impressed
Around
if we
you.
could take out the stronghold. So do our characters know that the dragon and the shadow don't like each other? Or is
That's
that
up to
at a
you.
character? But is that in character or at a character knowledge?
I don't know if anyone ever told you specifically. Actually, hasn't Greg said
I
that they're
don't
not
remember
friends?
hearing
I
about
think
this.
I think Greg said specifically that they're not friends. We're gonna say
Okay.
you've heard it. It's up to you whether you
What-
believe it or not.
So I don't believe much. but what if the stronghold belongs to the dragon? And by taking out the stronghold, we're inadvertently helping the shadow.
So we know the stronghold belongs to the Void Knights, who we're not 100% sure if they're affiliated with the Dragon or the Shadow. They seem to have goals that align similarly to the Shadow. Did he, when he, kind of grasping at straws here, did he say anything when he challenged you? Like, these are my best buds, or I hate these people, go kill them?
No, he was just like, hey, there's this stronghold, and I'd be impressed if you could capture it.
Again, looking like she's not looking at anyone, kind of like she's talking to herself. Crealis says, he's toying with us.
Eva kind of looks down at Coriolis. So we must toy with him and foul his plans. Should we be able to dismantle his internal structure via the 13 subjects, we might have opportunities to misdirect him.
We take over the stronghold. Like, make the people who own it ours. Like, actually conquer it, not just, like, kill everybody in there.
For like
I
the first time in maybe days, maybe a week, I don't know. It's been a while. Kiva talks directly to Sphagooglio, like makes full eye contact with him. You think we are equipped to command an army after, after seizing their stronghold? You think that we are capable of this?
Okay, so have you ever been to jail?
Let me
No.
interject here a little bit. The Void Knights won't let you just capture them. They would rather die than be captured.
We don't know that.
Pharrell is telling you directly in the middle of the
oh.
conversation. Yes.
We do now.
This was
We do
Pharrell.
now.
We
We
do.
know
Let me
now.
interject to this.
They say the first thing you do when you go to jail is you take out the biggest guy there, and then you get all of his followers. This could be the same thing. I mean, we could always just kill them all if it goes bad, but we could go in with the plan of taking it over.
Hardly think these peons have anything directly to do with the shadow.
He wants us to go there and beat it. But if it becomes
And that
ours,
doesn't mean it's a good idea.
the point is he sees this as a threat if he wants us to go deal with it.
If it's a threat to him, then why not let it stand?
That's what I'm saying. If we were friends with them and it was ours, then it's our strength.
Or we can let it exist, handle it later, deal with the bigger issues at hand. Why bother with controlling it? If it is already a cause of fear for him, we should just let it exist.
Mega's gonna interject here. He's gonna take his gauntleted fist and bang him down on the table. Is gonna be like, why don't we just all go jump in the river? Let's just do something.
Barty at this point chimes up and it's like, I like that plan the most out of everything. Let's go with the guy who wants to do stuff.
All right.
Kiva shoots Barty the dirtiest look. That is very ill-advised.
Okay.
I
It's
didn't
true.
say
Last
what
time
we're
she
gonna
did
go do.
something- Last time she did something, she almost died, so I can see why she wouldn't want to do something.
Means
I'm
we
not saying
plan
which
and
side we should
prepare,
pick. I'm just
lead-
saying we should roll out and do one of the two.
Mega's gonna pull a gold piece out and hand it to Kiva. You said you're lucky, right? Flip it. We'll figure out what happens.
I will do no such thing. I'm going to go after the 13 subjects.
And Barty just chimes up and it's like, that's fine. I will gladly. That's great. It's something. I agree.
I'd like to find. Wait, what was? Hang on. What was the? Was it Hartrim? Was that the place?
Hartrim was that was the place with the
That's
portal.
where we were.
That was the very first place. Olinara
Yeah.
was where you just defended. But Hartrim was the. It's actually the map.
I'd like to find the person who found us at Hartrim.
That would be subject 2, which would lead us down the subjects in the book. It's still Barty speaking.
All right.
Because Barty was the one that like showed up and did all that.
All right. I'm okay with that, but we got to take out the stronghold because those Void Knight guys, they want to destroy the world, and I'm fond of the world. So
One stronghold doesn't determine the fate of the world, but we
Yeah, well,
can handle
what-
them at another time.
well, one group of 4 Yahoos isn't supposed to be able to take out one of the 13 either, but here we are.
That's a group of like 1.5 Yahoos. It was pretty much Krialis and then half of Kiva.
Don't bother Mega with facts. He's all riled up. He wants to do something. Okay, we'll go after the 13 guys.
And
I want to look at the stronghold too. He
Pharrell
whips his
kinda-
gaze over at Barty. He's like, "Is the stronghold on the way to this ogre mound place?
pretty much, yeah. It's
Can we see it from where we're gonna be?"
yeah, you could stake it out if you wanted to a little bit to see, and then go do this. You could go do the ogre mound and then like go do the stronghold,
Perfect.
see it
We'll
on
look
your
at
way.
it. We'll look at it on the way past. Let's go.
Barty actually just claps his hand and he's out. Barty actually just leaves the meeting at this point, gets his mace
Mega's
and his
right
shield.
after him. Yep.
Let's go. Pharrell just kind of looks around and says, I don't know how any of you guys get anything done, but it works, so you guys do you. I appreciate every one of you. You get results, that's all I care about. And you're alive and you help people. That's the other thing I care about.
Secondary. As we start moving out, Crealis kind of drops by, like tries to get next to Sphagooglio. Sphagooglio, I'm sorry I wasn't there to help with your plan. I couldn't let Kiva go alone into the woods.
Yep.
He doesn't want to feel.
Krialis will make you feel. Krialis makes everybody feel.
He's just
That's
like,
awesome. Make Sphagooglio feel genuine gratitude. It might physically pain him.
he like, I guess I don't have the plan in hand, but he kind of like makes a fist, and he's like, "We're lucky it worked. We needed 4 people."
She like looks away, abashed, and says, "I know. I'm glad that it worked."
But Guglio's gonna do like, he's gonna go almost like a parent, and he's just gonna be like, it's kind of like you did something that I disagreed with, but I'm not mad, I'm disappointed, and he's just like,
That's the
he's just like,
word.
he's just like, sometimes you got to do what's best for the group and not an individual.
She doesn't respond to that. She just kind of like trudges along silently, like taking it, you know.
Okay. So
Oh,
everyone's.
man. Kiva would have said something totally different.
You guys are making your way out of the rebellion hideout. Pharrell pulls Sphagooglio aside really quick. Hey, just so you know, Greg filled me in on what you needed to happen. We're moving ahead. You know what I'm talking about.
Out of
We're
character,
making sure
is it
it's about the
this money
thing.
stuff?
Yeah, it's money stuff.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have the funds. You should be okay. Everyone should be okay.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want Mega to lose his farm. And I'm kind of like whispering, I wouldn't want
She
Mega to lose.
she looked
his
at you
farm."
directly in the eye and it's like, we're not idiots. We know it's you. We did have some idea of your backstory before you came in. We aren't just going in blind. We are gladly here to help because you're helping us. You can drop the act.
Wait. Whoa. she, she, she knows I'm not Gary? What the fuck?
Yeah. The whole thing's just been like a joke to her the entire time. Just laughing along with it.
This is like this is like genuine shock to Sphagooglio.
I
Mind is
understand.
blown.
I understand
felt like-
putting up a ruse. I get it. I've done it myself a bunch of times. Honestly, the whole Gary thing, hilarious. Loved it. But we know you're Sphagooglio. It's fine.
It's like genuine shock because like by the time he realized that Pharrell was like a cool person, he like realized there was no way he could ever be with her because he introduced himself
That's
with
Gary.
invalid credentials and he had to live this lie.
She gives you as you're shocked, she gives you a pat on your back and just walks away. Makes an exit.
Damn.
Damn.
It's like
Okay.
a 2-syllable damn.
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 Okay. So
All
you
right.
guys all get into the cart. Who's going with you? So Pharrell is going to go to the stronghold and do a little bit of scouting. It is going to be you four and Barty and another scout because Barty wants some action. He's ready to go. So you make your way up north. It's about a day's ride, and you guys will set camp up, go to sleep, do the whole thing. While you guys are around the campfire, Barty kind of goes to Crealis and kind of gives her a look and is like, "You're doing okay." Since you're muted. Crealis, you're muted.
Oh no.
You're
Oh, no.
muted. We
You're
can't hear
muted.
you.
Yeah.
muted.
I mean, this basically was
That makes sense.
accurate,
Like barely anything. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks around nervously and just like starts nodding.
Okay, if you're sure. I have some decent news. We knew you wanted to probably find out a little more about your people. We tracked down an older Eric Cochran tribe that looks similar to you at least. There's not a lot of them on this continent anymore. There kind of was a divide a long time ago. Some of them went towards some of them regrettably took up arms for the dragon. And then there was the split to, as far as we know, your tribe was the peaceful. Most of them went down like the druidic path and tried to help everyone. There's not a lot of them left at this point. That was actually before you said the whole druid thing. This is actually way before that. Okay. Actually, we're gonna work on locating them. Eventually have you visit and possibly, at least even if it's not your parents we find, it's someone that it's the tribe that you originally belonged to. There's some hope. I know that this seems like hopeless times, but have hope.
Yeah, she looks all stunned, like she didn't think we were actually going to find anything, especially after everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They can't
Yeah.
can't produce anything
Yeah.
else.
Have a good night's sleep. It's gonna be a crazy day tomorrow, that's for sure. And,
Yeah, she gives like a kind of a jerky nod and just is like staring blankly ahead, like
Yeah.
processing.
Yeah.
Before I go to sleep, I take out my imp dagger
Mhm.
and I hold it. I like slowly move it closer to the fire.
You just hear a sigh of like relief, essentially. Fine.
Like
It feels so good.
okay, and then I put it on the ground, like close to the fire, and I kind of back up. So now I'm assuming I can't hear anything.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
And then I touch it.
It still feels great. It's confused. It asks you like, what are you doing?
Make it get over here.
Okay.
Now I'm kind of learning how this works now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, touch the dagger.
Mega's gonna give him a look. He's like, okay. And he reaches down with one finger and distinctly puts it on like touches the dagger like around the pommel area.
Nothing happens.
And
You understand, Yao? Do you get it? Does it make sense? I'm dying here.
I don't know what you want
I
from
can't
me.
take it anymore.
So Mega's gonna take the finger off the dagger. Go to Sphagooglio, reach over, pat him on the head a couple of times. It's gonna be okay.
Incredible.
And then he's gonna turn around, go back, like wrap himself up in his bedroll, like.
These people.
I pick up the dagger and I put it back.
It says hello as you pick it up. Hello.
Ah!
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Everyone goes to sleep. No crazy dreams, and you make your way towards. So, are you guys essentially looking at the outside of the stronghold as you're passing by?
Yes, so yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
keep a
not
little
touching
closer.
that.
Okay.
I'm not.
How
I'll
Keith's
keep a
far
little
not
away
closer
touching
from
that
to
with
you?
a
get closer.
10-foot pole.
Let's be pretty close.
So, if you're not going to stray off the road, I can give you like a description of the outside of it, I guess, if you're going to stay in the cart. So, as you're going by, Barty kind of points to the right. That's where the stronghold is, where you guys may or may not go, depending on what you guys feel. In the distance, you see a very large wooden structure. It is only one floor, but you can kind of just make out the top of it. It's a little bit raised up on a hill. From your view, so we'll go from this side, you see just a lot of rooms. There doesn't seem to be anyone outside that you can see at the moment. Anyone watching guard from the road? You're not 100% sure if that's the case, but there's nothing you can see outside of it as far as people go.
I will take a loop sort of like a little closer, just not still staying in eyesight of the cart as well, but like flying a little bit closer, trying to keep to the trees and get a
So if
little bit of a closer
you,
look.
Krios, you want to move over to the stronghold, Matt,
Uh, uh, yes.
you shouldn't be able to see anything inside of. Oh, you can see the first room because
No,
of
we
fog of
can't.
war. But yeah, you see essentially that, and you can kind of fly around the outside of it to see like the multiple rooms. You're probably out like here.
How
Thinking it's
far
on
away
pause now.
are we? Like, in the cart, how far away is the cart from? It'd be quite a ways, right?
It's a good amount out. Yeah. The stronghold's close-ish to the
Is it
road.
more than 30?
It is more than 30 feet, yes.
Okay.
And that's what you would
Yeah,
see.
nothing else really.
Nope, you don't see any like distinct features or anyone outside of it, even as you get closer. You do hear some sounds coming from inside it, but you can't really make out whether it's just been anything specific or just the random hustle and bustle of a stronghold. Sure.
Okay. Cool.
As they rumble past, Mega's gonna turn to Kiva and be like, "Can I see that book?"
No. Why?
Okay.
Because Oracle said that we all can hear it, and I know that I heard whispering coming from it. So right now we've been taking a lot on faith that this is all part of some grand design, and I'm happy to help, but at the same time we got to be a team here.
And so what do you want with the book?
I want to look at it.
You do know that there's danger in looking at it.
Says the gal who almost died. Let's put it this way. If you had died, none of us would have any idea of what to do.
Eva, it like gets a stern look on her face, and she says, I did not want to ask any of you to volunteer, as it is perilous. However, if that's what you want to do, let me help you.
Okay.
And she'll pull out the book and kind of, just reiterate what's happening. And she, like, if Mega wants to do it, she wants to give him the help action to give him advantage on his roll.
Okay. Are you going to open it? So as your book is handed to you, you hear the whispers slightly more intensely saying, help me, in the back of your head.
Yes. Mega's going to open it.
Okay.
Does the imp say anything when the book comes out? Because I assume when the book comes out, we all hear the whispers. Does the imp hear the whispers? Or I guess I wouldn't necessarily know that. Does the imp say
says,
anything
that looks
about
like
the
a funny book.
Oh my
Brilliant.
god.
I feel like Crealis is like circling back around to the cart as Mega is opening the book.
Okay, do a wisdom save with advantage.
Like,
Wisdom save with advantage. Because you've been helped by someone who knows the book.
I'm just sitting there like, funny book. It's a funny book. It's a funny book. It's
Okay.
a funny book.
So you read the book. You
Nice.
turn essentially straight to wherever the last page was opened, the last memory, and you see it's the exact. Your eyes go white. You kind of go into this trance, and you see the exact thing that Kipa saw in the Ogre Mound. The subjects in front of you, him being disappointed with 1 and 2 and 3, pulling them aside, saying, you disappoint me, blah, 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 blah. And then the writing utensil goes off to the
I'm not
side.
angry,
And
I'm
that's
just
what you can think.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of that going around.
So much parenting. So much disappointment.
So once
Oh my
once he
God.
gets to the end, I assume Mega can shut the book.
Yep. You don't feel any. You wouldn't know that it's a difference from Kiva, but as far as out of character goes, you don't feel a part of your soul
You don't feel
being
any
left in the
effect.
book. No
Yeah.
ill effects.
Okay. So he'll take a deep breath. He'll hand the book back. Thank you. I think I have a better idea of what we're looking at here. I see where you're coming from. I appreciate it.
You are brave to volunteer. I'm glad I could assist and clarify some things. And she pockets the book back into the back holding.
All right.
Would it be an Arcana check to see if like he had any ill effects? Because he didn't like when I had ill effects, like nobody else could really
Wasn't apparent,
tell right away.
You can do an Arcana check because
Okay.
you know the ill effects, or
Right.
you don't know exactly what they are, but you know that something bad happened. What we got?
That's a 23.
Okay. You notice that there are no ill effects. He doesn't. Having read the book and had the ill effects, you notice this by looking at him that he doesn't feel drained as you felt. He doesn't look as drained as you felt after reading the book.
Okay. Yeah. I think Kiva's coming together with like a plan of like how this book is gonna like how we can use it.
How we can use the book.
Ugh.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
get to
if
the
she can give
mound.
like the help action when people want to use it, then that might be the best.
I just for like the future, you can give the help action if you used the book before.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So now Mega can also give the help action.
Correct. But, like Crealis is the only other person with that, or Sphagooglio is the only other person with the person reading the book.
Mhm.
No help, just flat.
Right.
Okay. So, you guys make your way to the Ogre Mound that two of you now have seen in a vision. As you approach, it looks essentially the same way you expected. Outside of the Ogre Mound are a couple series of spiked walls. There are a couple huts outside, and in the back is this big, essentially, entrance to an underground area. You see in the distance that there is probably a 10-foot by 10-foot like circular or semicircle door to it, and you can see that it kind of goes down from there. There's no one that you immediately see around. You do notice that there seems to be just a strange air about the place, though.
Strange air like in Hartram.
Yeah, that's exactly.
There is
my
no purple.
Okay.
Already
Lots of
improvement.
purple is always nice.
Already improvement.
But the hair on your neck stands on end similar to that of Hartram, just not the same.
Again, are Mega and I drawn to the object that
There
the memory
is
attached to?
There is a draw that, once again, you don't have to like rush towards it. It's not like forcing you mentally to go towards it, but there is just a little pull, like this is the direction.
Little compass
Gotcha.
needle.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like verbalize that to Mega. Say, do you feel that?
I
It's
do.
from the memories.
Yeah. So
We'll probably
Mega's gonna
find
turn-
more information there.
Mega's gonna turn to Sphagooglio, and he's gonna be like, "You can do that thing where you can like see magic, right?"
I've been known to see magic.
Okay. This, it feels creepy here. Can you do that thing and just see if there's anything like, waiting to jump out at us?
Yes. I'm gonna use detect magic at will.
Okay. So you use detect magic. The air does seem magical, similar to that of Hartram, but definitely not the same. Like you can 100% with your detect magic pinpoint it has similarities, but it doesn't seem as strong or as destructive. And the school of magic is time magic once again, because that's the school that exists.
It feels similar to Hartram. It's time magic. Wait a minute. I'm the hero of time.
Oh, she
no.
said that you're out of time.
Wait, does that mean I'm dead?
No, I think it means you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I did get some bad heartburn the other day.
Has to be what she meant.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Maybe my time is up.
All
He
right.
just kind of like stares off into the distance, but he's like, "It's definitely time magic, though."
So
The dagger in your hand just like, you're smart.
Oh God. Now
You know what? Yes, I am. And I say that out loud.
Kind of like offhandedly, Kiva's like, whatever it is, no, you're not.
It has been an honor driving Sphagooglio into insanity with you all.
Oh my God.
Gonna be a great day.
as I assume they're gonna stop the cart, not
Yeah,
like
they
right
are
in
stopping
front
it.
of the spiked walls.
Pretty good amount out, yeah.
So Maga will get out. He's gonna put his mace away and take out his quarterstaff, just because he knows that ogres are supposed to be big, and doesn't know that he wants to get quite as close as he would need to use a mace.
Makes sense.
This
This,
staff is the same size.
It is, but
Yeah.
but thematically, it
Mega's
is
perception,
technically, yeah, it's going to be a little bit farther away as far as he's concerned. 'Cause
Mega's
it's longer.
perception. Should I see if there's what's going on from above?
If you would.
he's safe though.
Before you go, Barty pulls you guys aside. Since one is dead, there is a small chance that subject 2 might not be very happy about it. I'm going to brew some antidote. That
ooh,
way we have it in case a fight breaks out. I completely forgot about that entirely.
I did not. I did not change out all of my spells. I kept protection from poison. I just
Ooh.
only have a couple of second level spell slots.
Nice.
Sounds
So
good.
Kiva's gonna tap Crealis with guidance. So you're gonna have guidance on you.
Mhm.
Who has the lowest constitution? Other than myself, of course.
I have a 2.
+2.
I've got a con of 2. I've got a con of 12.
Con of 2.
Hope your
Okay.
con's better than 2.
No, +2. It's a +2.
+2.
I know.
Okay.
14.
That's-
It's 14.
It's Dewey's dead.
All right.
And 16, so
16. Okay, so you two are probably fine. But I will also hit up Crealis. So you're gonna have guidance, and then you'll also have protection from poison. And so that'll take one of my spell slots.
Okay. And are you circling ahead or like trying to go in the air, not really down towards the entrance of the mound?
Sorry, I was reading what protection poison does. What was
Okay.
that?
You're essentially just going in the air. You're not going to go into the mound. You're just going to kind of fly above it and see if there's anything you can see.
For now, I'm just flying above. Yeah.
Okay. So you do a stealth check for me.
Just one check. Okay, let me make the roll and then decide if I'm using guidance on it.
Sure.
Stealth. No, I'm happy with that.
Okay. So you fly over. You don't notice anything super out of the ordinary until you get closer, and then you notice what looks like a dead ogre or a dead orc-ish, light green orc, kind of propped up against the outside. Not like menacingly, like stay out, but like it died here.
Yeah, like it is leaning in an
Yeah.
inanimate fashion.
Correct. Not in a purposeful. Yeah. And that's what you see on the outside.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'd like to get closer to it to see if I can figure out how it died.
Sure. You fly into the orc. Do an investigation. Are you like close enough for an investigation check? Like you're looking at it closely, essentially, right up to it. Yep.
I guess so. Yeah.
Roll investigation.
This one probably we're gonna add the. Yep, we're adding that D4.
Nice. Yeah.
17.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you investigate the orc. It looks like it's been dead for a pretty good amount of time. It looks like it's been dead for a pretty good amount of time, but it doesn't seem to be decaying. Like the body is still there, and there are small parts of it that look like it's almost turned to dust. It's been there for so long, but the main part of it seems to still be around. It looks like it just died in a battle through a sword wound through the heart, or a slash. Sorry, sword slash across the chest.
And it bled out.
Yeah.
And anything else? Like, is it still armed? Clothed?
It is still clothed, but it is not armed.
Okay. I'll head back and report.
Okay. So you report your findings to the group. What would you like to do? No, you can report it if you'd like to.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
There's an orc.
There is something. Looks at Sphagooglio and says, I think you're right. There is some kind of time magic because there's a body, but it's not. It's not acting like a dead body should for how long it seems like it's been dead.
What do you mean?
It's not. It's what's the Uh, it's not rotting. It's just sort of there.
Hmm.
Like it's frozen in time or state.
S-
What was that word you used? Sphagooglio, stasis.
Maybe.
Hmm. What? Hmm. When you were over there, did you notice anything falling?
N- no, no.
Hmm. This is odd. Did you notice yourself slowing down at all?
I'm gonna assume no.
No. Did you even touch the ground to investigate, or were you still up in the air?
I did touch down, yeah, for a moment.
Yeah, you didn't feel anything.
Not like what happened to us before, no.
I see. Sphagooglio is in deep thought, in character and out of
Hearing
character.
Yeah. Hearing what Crealis has described and kind of like knowing what has happened, can I do a quick Arcana check to see if I can piece this together just by what has been said?
Sure.
Okay. Oh no. That's a 12. I rolled a 6, but I have a +6.
Something. All you get is something strange happened magically. You can't really piece together exactly what happened. You just have the vague idea that yes, something magical is wrong.
Okay.
Sphagooglio is going to make a very bold assumption.
Oh
Okay.
no.
When
Yeah,
does he
Out of
not?
character.
This is a smart bold assumption though.
Ooh.
So, if you didn't notice yourself slowing down at all, and the
Mhm,
body seems like it's not really aging, then and I've already detected time magic, so we know something's going on there. That means that time isn't really interacting with us on a physical level. You know what I mean? Like
No.
it's not time's just not passing, but it's not inhibiting anything. So like if we walk over there, we're still free to do whatever we want. We're not going to slow down or nothing bad's going to happen to us, but time's not going to pass. So
okay.
that probably means that whatever amount of time we spend in there, whenever we come out, like if we set the horses off running that way, they're probably not going to move until we get out.
Okay. I don't think we should do that though.
No, but I'm
The
trying to explain it in
hypothetical.
terms.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good. The quicker we
I
can
think
get in, the quicker we can get out.
Wait, did we notice was Crealis gone for any amount of time?
That was like way back though. Oh no. Oh, you're asking about right now. Ooh.
Yeah, like was she gone for any amount of time, or like did it
Did
feel
it
like
seem like
less?
she was just like pew, or
It did seem pretty instant.
Oh, Sphagooglio. Oh man. It's like, wait a minute. You investigated a.
Y-
He looks over. How far away is over there? Do I know how far over there is?
100 feet.
Yeah, I took a
Either,
couple loops around
I
and came
mean,
down
well, Crealis's fly speed is
50.
50.
Yeah, it is.
but she
So
investigated. She noticed things.
you, from your perception, you saw Crealis go towards it, investigate it, and then come back, and then you got. It almost seemed like it was an instant. When she came back, it almost kind of seemed like it was in an instant. Like it was like your mind skipped a beat.
Can I like double check this logic with my own?
Sure.
You're about to. She wants to do the is Sphagooglio a genius check. I don't know what skill that's based off of.
No, I just want to make sure that
Just
like
roll
we're all
straight in.
perceiving the same thing.
Just do
Roll
an
a straight
intelligence,
intelligence check. What? Ah, shit. Uh,
3.
that's a 9.
You have no clue whether
Maybe
you're
I did a
perceiving what
bad thing
he.
by choosing real dice.
You don't specifically. So you're trying to check and see if you agree with him or that you think the same way.
Yeah, or like I perceived that this happened like he is thinking it happened. Kind of just like double checking my own logic with his.
You can't quite remember if that's exactly how you perceived it.
Okay.
You do
Honestly, I
remember
wouldn't be surprised if she was a little distracted.
the one thing you do very vaguely remember from it is that you had a strange feeling of deja vu when you saw Crialis come back.
Okay. Okay. I think you aren't too far off base with this one, Sphagooglio.
Yeah.
Don't
Proud of
read too
me.
much into.
What does the imp think? Imp.
He's just
What
getting
was
kind of
the imp
silent at the
think?
moment. Are you gonna ask him? Are you just gonna say imp?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Hmm. Because I'm definitely going to talk to it out loud if I do. Yeah. Does that make? And I'm not. I guess I'm kind of like just staring off into the distance because I don't have the dagger in my hand. I'm just like, does that make sense?
Is your hand on the hilt? Well, I guess it's on your body. We'll say yeah.
It's on me. Like it's ready for me to draw to fight with.
Sure.
I
I don't
think
know
so.
if I don't know if I like that. And I guess I'm not really listening to Mega, but I'm gonna say this right after he answers. But I'm talking to the imp. I'm just like, I don't know if it gives me confidence that you agree with me or not.
I mean,
Hmm.
the the imp.
Why don't I go back and maybe wait a little bit?
I think we should all
The
go.
Wait. So, do I know? This is the last thing before we actually make the march on the capital as it is. But do I know roughly where the blip happened? Like where when she flew off, I noticed something was wrong.
Just do a straight intelligence check.
That is 19 plus my modifier.
You have a pretty
Which
good
is a
idea of
20.
where it was. It was like 50 feet out from
Okay,
where you
I
are.
want to walk a little bit closer to that, and I
Alright.
just want to throw something.
Okay.
I will throw. I have pittons, so I'm going to throw one of them.
Okay. You you walk up a little bit closer, you throw the piton, and it seems to. How did you perceive that? It just kind of lays there.
In the air?
No, it seems to hit the ground, just kind of lays there.
But like when I threw it over the threshold, did it fall?
Yeah, it just kind of hit the ground and fell. I mean,
Okay.
Crialis
So
went and then came back. You didn't like see Crialis stop at that
no, I
wall and
know.
then reappear.
This is confirming my idea that
Right.
material isn't affected by it. So like it kind of confirms that yes, time stops, but everything moves freely on the other side.
Okay.
Crialis is kind of looking confused. Should we go in?
Yes.
I think we should, with care and delicacy.
I'm wondering if nothing else, just for our own sanity, if we had like a torch or something we could light from where we came and maybe measure that, like kind of put some lines on it and see where it burns down to when we come back. That might give us a better sense of, exactly how long, what's going on. If it doesn't move at all, that we know that time actually stopped when we were in there. We can kind of gauge it.
Okay. Kiva
I have
pulls
torches.
out one of her torches. I've got
Okay.
torches too.
Okay.
Everyone's got
And
torches.
we all got torches.
Yeah.
And takes some of her ink and like puts some stripes on it. Yeah.
And we would
Um,
all know that a torch will burn for 1 hour properly.
Yeah. I mean, you
Everything
guys have been
normal about a
adventuring.
torch? Yeah.
Everything's normal. Like you would, yeah.
So under normal circumstances, we know that if we were in there for an hour, this torch is done.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances.
Under
so
normal
we would know that halfway down would be half an hour has passed. So this is going to be good. I'm about to break. Sphagooglio is about to write a book on this.
oh my lord.
He like barely has an understanding and a hypothesis, but he's going to write a book on this.
Yeah.
Gonna have a lot of pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Kiva shows him the marked torch and says, "I'll light it whenever we're ready to go."
Perfect.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm ready to go now. I'm done theorizing.
Okay.
Kiva plops the torch into the ground. Druid crafts a little fire so it'll light, and they walk in.
Okay. So you guys all died. No.
Bye, thanks.
I'm
Damn it.
I'm like gliding in,
Okay.
just in case that matters.
That's fine. So you guys all make your way towards it. When you're roughly around 25 feet out, a ghostly looking two-headed ogre approaches you from inside the cave and looking very confused. Looks at the group of you and is like, human here to help?
Is something wrong?
I can't Mugok cannot remember. And the second head pops up and is like, remember.
Like,
Wait,
from
second
behind?
head on the.
On the ogre.
Is
Yeah,
it-
they speak differently.
It's a two-headed ogre.
Yeah,
or it's
two-headed
two
ogre.
ogres.
Like,
Two-headed
it's like,
ogre.
oh, I don't know. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, and the other head's
Okay.
like, remember. Because it's like
Okay.
echoing essentially. Like the second head echoes a little bit to the first
yeah.
one.
Creel's kind of jumps back.
Yeah.
Kiva approaches, since she's probably more closely related to these ogres than she'd care to admit, and says, "We are here to assist you. What is the problem?"
Bogok needs help remembering, and he like kind of sways back and forth, and then in a little bit of a wisp disappears back in towards the cave.
How far do we know how far away? Can we see?
You can see
How
a little
far he
bit
goes
into
away?
the cave, but you can't see exactly where he reappears to, if he reappears at all.
Does it feel like our little compass needle towards the
The little compass needle was actually pointing you towards Mugok, as you
Ooh.
imagine his name is, since he speaks in the third person.
What
So-
is the?
All
Okay,
right.
so everything is telling us to go in the cave. I get it.
Essentially.
All right. Kiva will light another torch and proceed to go in. She doesn't have dark vision.
And they
So what's torch vision?
Neither do I. Thank you.
Next time we get 30 feet of him, I want to use my medallion to detect thoughts instantly. Whenever I'm within 30.
Okay.
You're like,
Whenever I'm
Um,
within.
How
Yeah.
long is what's torch vision? How much does it give? Is it
So I have dark
25
vision
feet,
of up to
right?
60.
25 bright?
25 feet bright, and then an additional 25 feet
Dim.
of dim.
50 dim.
Yep.
Okay, so you have
And I
that,
also-
and you guys have dark vision, except for
Yep.
Crealis, so it's you guys would be able to see.
Yeah,
The torch
Crealis
helps a
and
little bit.
Kiva don't have dark vision. I think.
That's what Mugok looks like, but a lot less violent. He actually looks confused as opposed to like he's gonna. The character Joe doesn't do him. But yeah, as you approach in the cave, you notice that the mushrooms around you are actually giving off a very interesting glow. They seem to be giving the large cave structure that seems to be sprawling out, going in many directions. It's natural light. Even as you light the torch, you still can kind of notice the glow that seems to be emanating from them, and that they have almost a small little cloud around them. Mugok stands right in the center. He looks at you, still very confused, and says, Mugok, trying to remember past? How... What happened here? Can you help? And then the other said,
Sphagooglio had a
help.
prepared action for that.
What did he say? Detect thoughts?
Yeah.
So you see him and you detect his thoughts. His thoughts are a jumble of confusion. He's throwing out random words. You're detecting thoughts in the whole creature. So the right head is essentially throwing out random thoughts. Orc comes into mind. Ogre comes into mind. Abyss comes into mind. And the other head is just like echoing its thoughts. Its last words of its chains of thoughts.
Am I able to talk to it before I probe deeper?
Sure. Do you have to probe him? It just kind of stays on him, I'm pretty sure, and then you can choose to probe, so you can have a talk, a little bit of a chat.
So I'm gonna walk up in a non-threatening way and try to, as best as I can, pronounce Mugok.
Mugok. M-U-G
Mugok.
apostrophe OK.
Mugok. I have with me magical item for looking into one's thoughts. I can try to help you remember.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mugok is okay with this. What is your item? And the other head says, yes, item, what is it?
And he says, it's a cap on one of my teeth.
He just kind of nods, still holding his head.
I don't want them to try to steal it from me. And I'm gonna probe deeper.
He does a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
And
So I don't.
he
I
knows no
said-
matter, I guess, he can fail it on purpose, can he?
That's kind of what I thought he could probably do.
I don't think he's aware of it unless
I guess he
you
makes like a basic
him.
wisdom save because he feels something strange.
Like
Because,
instinctively.
yeah.
I guess the big thing is he's not going to attack me when he realizes that he knows because I told him I was gonna
that's
do
more
it.
of what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 13?
Yeah.
What?
13's the DC.
Okay, so then it beats it.
Ah.
He kind of shakes it off. He doesn't act like he's aggravated by it at all, but his right head seems kind of get a little more confused. And it's at this point he holds his head really down low and it's like, Mug,
Yeah.
try to remember. Meet Shadow? Friends of Mogok meet Shadow. Mogok run towards back of cave. Why Mogok? And he once again blips out and moves backwards.
This is fine.
And it's at this point in the light you notice that they're kind of in the back there. You vaguely noticed them. I forgot to toggle their visibility. Are two ogre corpses that seem to be kind of propped up. They seem to be propped up in a little ways.
Ogre
What
or
kind of,
Ogre. These ones are ogre.
what kind of state are the bodies in? Are they similar to
Decomposed, but still held together enough. Are
You're
you
ruining my paper, Cal?
So as Mugok, as the little, essentially it kind of looks like a ball of light that the ghostly figure transforms into, and then kind of back as it passes both of the ogres, you actually notice one of the hands kind of reanimate a little bit and start to grab a weapon.
oh
And everyone roll initiative.
Hey,
Ah,
I knew that
damn
was
it.
coming.
Create encounter.
Oh.
Toggle combat.
Okay,
One of them rolled a
Oh
one.
dear, come on.
where is... I can never remember where the inititive... There it is. Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm gonna get beat up again.
What did Kiva roll?
Key.
Kiva is having issues with her
got you.
computer. And so it's gonna be just like 2 seconds.
No, that's fine. I rolled with you and you tied with the ogre. And that you have a higher dex than a zombie ogre, so you'd go. But it's Crealis that goes
Okay.
first. As both the bodies kind of pick up their weapon and start to reanimate, and they
Are
do
they
look
still
aggressive.
considered prone?
They got to the point where they're standing up.
Okay. Kralis is going to flutter back over here,
Okay.
and whenever Mega gets to be like next to, is going to basically ready pull out her short bow and ready an attack for when Mega is engaging one.
Okay. Ready to action. Combat. So next would be Kiva.
Okay. Right, my computer got back up and running. It just had a little blip. How far away is it
These are
from me?
5, so they're 5 feet. It'd be 30 feet for both ogres, roughly.
Okay.
And they are roughly 25 feet apart, 20, 25 feet.
Okay. Kiva is gonna. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have a bonus action. Okay. Kiva is going to use. Okay, 30 feet. Okay, so that's perfect. Kiva's going to use her thorn whip against the one on the right here.
Is that a hit save or you hit?
I think if make a melee spell attack. So I believe I need to roll for it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, there it is.
That'll hit. Are you
Damn!
going for the right one or the left one?
For the right
Oh,
one.
yeah.
And so when it hits, it takes 1d6 piercing. It takes 2 piercing damage, which is not.
Nice.
But then it's also pulled 10 feet closer to me.
Okay. So it's going to be right here. Was that more like actually right here? Large units.
Yeah.
Okay. So next is, unless do you have a bonus action or anything?
I don't, but I was just looking to see. I can't. Is it grappled when I get it? No, I think it's just damage.
Yeah, you're just damaged. Essentially,
Yeah, it's
you
just
used a starry whip appeared in your hand. You kind of out at it and you pulled it forward as you
Pulled it a little
grabbed around
forward.
its arm, and
Yeah, and kind of whipped it back.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. And that's it.
okie doke. That is you. Is the one back here, so it's going to move up to Beehole, and as he not Beehole, up to Mega. As he reaches Mega, Krialis, do your ready action.
Okay. Mm,
Shoot your
and
shot.
I'm assuming they're aware of me.
Yes,
They
they
know
are.
where really to hide.
That still hits.
Oh, come on.
So close every time.
Really? It's 16 damage.
Nice.
That was, well, okay, not actually. Anyway, 16 damage.
Okay. So you, as it gets right up to Mega, you shoot a shot, goes right into its shoulder. It's looking a little bit hurt, but it's still looking pretty good. It's going to make an attack with its Morning Star. Its club against Mega. It's a 19 to hit.
That's good.
And it is going to deal 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it kind of, lumbers over to you and just smashes down its club. Next is Mega's turn.
And I took that personally.
I took that personally.
Oh,
So,
he's gonna rage,
Okay.
obviously, because he just got morning starred, and that.
Pissed him off.
Damn it!
How dare you?
Yeah.
Dare you? Oh, he is going to actually drop quarterstaff
Okay.
and grab on to the ogre in front of him and grapple him.
Okay.
yeah.
Athletics v athletics. 9. In your ratings, you get advantage, and then you get the extra +1 at the end. Okay.
Oh damn.
He is very grappled. Angrily, Mega just holds him in place, like, how dare you?
And then I think when I've got him grappled, I can actually move with him.
Is that a rage thing or a barbarian thing?
It's once I have a creature grappled, can I can still move, and then it's like my movement is halved.
Yeah, when you
I can
move,
still. But,
Okay.
You can kind of wrestle them away.
Okay.
yeah, I basically reached out,
Grabbed him, and now you're pulling him over.
yeah, kind of, got him hooked, and I'm actually gonna wrestle him over, like over
You can
to
get him
here.
right up to there, yeah.
Yeah. So and then back a little bit if I can to try and
Sure.
basically to
16
try and
feet.
I'm trying to
Line him up.
use the bulk of the ogre to keep the other one away from the group.
I like it. I approve.
And I'm gonna say to the rest of the group, I'll keep these ones in place, get behind them and kill them.
Okay.
Cool. Sphagooglio.
He's gonna go 10, 15, 20, 25.
That is 25.
And then he's going to, as an action, he's going to summon his packed weapon.
Okay.
And then he's going to, because he has his dagger in the other hand, so now he would have the +1 to AC because he's dual wielding.
Yep.
And he's going to attack with the dagger because
You
he
have dual
can't.
wielders, yeah. You can.
Yeah, so I can
And-
use the bonus action to hit with the dagger. Go ahead.
And because of my I retconned my totem animal to the wolf instead of the ram. I talked with Cal about it. So because you are within 5 feet of a creature that I'm in melee with, you get advantage on your attack roll.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's great
Okay.
for rogues.
you're like the leader of the pack.
I'm the leader of the pack.
Wolf, the
One
leader.
might say the Wolfram Alpha.
Wolf.
Okay, so
Advantage. Dagger attack.
dagger. Come on. Where's the
It's in the text box.
Okay, over here.
Yeah.
How do I do advantage?
So hit attack.
Hit attack,
And then it'll give you the
it'll give you the
option.
advantage.
Okay, perfect. We'll do. There's a 14
That
hit.
still hits.
Okay, and we will do dagger damage. Normal. 5. I rolled
Max
a max.
damage.
Nice.
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 You summon your pack weapon in your hand, and then you go for a stab with your dagger, and just slice into his side.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay, next is the other ogre. He's going to make an attack against Mega.
Does the imp say anything?
Nice.
Ooh.
Tastes like dust.
Okay, it's a 14.
Oh.
Okay. So the ogre goes for a swing, and you just parry off its blow
Yep,
with
with the shield.
With the shield, yeah. Just like, while having this grappled creature that you're just throwing around.
Yep.
Free Alice, your turn.
Oh, okay. She kind of nervously comes forward and whoa,
Morning
that dramatic zoom got me.
Whoosh.
What's happening?
The Morning Star.
Um,
In morning.
she's gonna use the new weapon, but
That,
I don't have that in the character sheet yet, so
it's just a short sword.
yeah.
It's a
Finally.
crit.
Ooh,
All it took was advantage.
Oh my goodness. All right.
that's juicy.
So this is going to be plus 2d6, and let's see if it rolls all of it double with the crit.
27 damage. Yeah, that rolled the 2 damage.
So that's
Yep.
going to be 27 damage.
Jesus Christ.
We just had to hit level 4.
How's it looking? Yeah, we just had to level 4.
Okay, it's definitely looking hurt.
Oh, come
Take your sword and slash.
on.
It's a
And
zombie ogre.
she'll
Things are beefy.
so she kind of takes out the one sword and slashes at it, and then takes out the moon touch sword and tries to stab it as well.
Nice.
Right, you can
With advantage.
stab.
That hits.
Ooh.
So that's just going to be 1d6.
Correct.
5 more
Almost
damage.
max. So you
That's
do
still
your
over 30
combo
damage.
attack, you just eviscerate a chunk of it off, and it is definitely looking hurt.
Yep.
And the other attack
And-
stabs into it.
She's gonna try to. No, I guess she kind of. No, that's it. She's like frozen in fear, like, oh no, it's not dead.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Yes. So, Kiva, your turn.
This is a glowing sword.
Yeah. So Kiva. I can't see where I'm at. Okay, there we go. Kiva's actually probably gonna take a couple steps back. She's like, maybe I don't want to be. Whoops. How do I move?
That's fun.
It's fine.
It's
Anyway,
fine.
my computer has struggles.
I think you have the measure. Yeah, you have the measuring tool selected in the upper
Yeah.
left.
There we go. So takes a step back, and casts Moonbeam on this bad boy right here.
Okay.
Um,
What does he have to
and-
do?
So he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
23.
That's juicy. Then he will take half of the damage.
Okay.
Let me just. It should prompt, damage. Here we go. 10. All right, so it'll take 5.
5 damage.
5 whole damage. Hey, it's better than 2. Jeez. I'm trying here. I really am. And so, like, all of a sudden there's like a burst of stars in the
It's-
sky, and then this moon, kind of this like pillar of light.
You're
just, like,
underground and it
falls on
actually
them.
penetrates through the earth. So like you just get a pillar of light from the ceiling, just kind of
Yeah.
happens and just comes down through the earth. The template's there, but it's covered up by like I have the moonbeam.
It's okay, everyone. Sphagooglio has an amazing idea.
Amazing
So,
idea.
and
I
then
don't
she
like
kind
that.
of calls out, "Don't touch that area," because it's any creature that goes into that area.
That's true.
You
Okay.
mean this area?
Where-
Goes right into it.
Where's the area?
It's-
Sorry.
It's there, but he's currently
that
on
little
it.
Okay.
circle.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a 5-foot radius. So
Okay.
Wait, so is it covering both of them or
no,
Just
it's
one.
just covering the one. I only wanted it to cover the one because Mega's in a grapple with the other.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm trying to be strategic here.
Speaking of the grappled one, gonna make an attack against Mega. The crit.
Oh.
No,
Rude.
For
um,
21 cut in half
Rude.
bludgeoning damage. So that's going to be 10. It's only 10 more.
Good thing you're raging.
Oh.
Yep. That would have hurt.
Thank God he didn't hit me.
The weakened, angry
I know,
zombie
right?
ogre takes its morning star and just slams into you, but as you're raging, you just shrug off half of the damage.
That's below average damage too.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is Mega.
All right. So Mega hears Kiva call out, "Don't touch that area." And Mega's gonna do is, since I've got this guy grappled, one of the things I can do is I can rather than hold the grapple, I can do a shove.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna knock him prone.
I could knock him prone, but I actually want to kind of like hip toss him into the light beam, like into the other ogre. Like shove him into the other ogre so that he shares in the same area. Which,
Sure, enters this
you know, so it would move the ogre. It would move the ogre 5 feet. The first
Yeah.
ogre, I would be able to shove him 5
That
feet.
should get it.
You would
And
clip
then-
into
well,
the
but then-
area, but I
Because
feel like
it's-
he would like bounce off and come back. He would technically be in the area for a bit of time, so we'd have to make the con save, but you can't push him into the other ogre's square.
What if it's like consider it as a shove action, which like
Yeah.
using the body of the ogre he's got to shove the other one kind of out of the way, and so they both end up like,
So
Right.
like push him back to here-ish, and this one moves into
or
Yes.
not even fully out, even if it's just 5 feet.
right.
that
So
they're
he'd be
both-
here and he'd be here, but that's essentially
No.
You could like you could
still push
could,
him
like,
into the other ogre. You can kind of like smash them against each other.
I feel like what
move
would happen is
backwards.
you'd shove it, it would bounce off. He'd take the damage from Moonbeam, but he'd end up back here.
Oh, that means that is, well, yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm okay with
He,
that.
he would either bounce off or he would push the other ogre
So-
There's
out.
a wall. There's a wall.
Then
Yeah,
hit
he
the
can't-
wall.
He would hit the
Yeah.
wall, but he can't
Right.
go into the wall.
Right.
And he's not going to go back here from that push. So yeah,
Unless
I
you
mean,
move,
he can.
unless you move back a bit.
I mean, depending on the
You could
depending on the
take-
strength of the shove, the other ogre could possibly just get bashed into the wall.
In
It's
terms
hard
of, like-
because they're large.
In terms of ending its turn in the zone, I would think have to move back and like shove forward.
So it's not Moonbeam doesn't trigger when it ends it. When it first enters the zone.
Yeah, when it first enters it. When you leave it, it's fine. It's when it's entering.
when you enter and probably when you end your turn.
Yeah.
in.
So like
Yeah.
when you start your turn in it.
Oh, start. Okay.
Yeah. So it's when you enter it for the first time, then when you start your turn in it.
Yeah. It makes the con save. So
Okay.
what are you exactly trying to do? You're trying to just shove it against it and bounce off, or you're gonna like move it back and try and shove the other one
If
back?
it bounces off, it'll still get some damage.
But then
So-
he won't be
What's
grappled.
Raging Mega thinking?
Yeah. What's Raging Mega
He's not.
want to
He's
do?
not.
What Raging Mega is going to do is all I know is Kiva said, don't want to, I don't want to go into that glowing area, which means that I want to get this guy that I'm holding into the glowing area. So he's gonna, you know, hook in underneath an arm and try and use his momentum to send him over into the other guy and into the light beam. And if he comes back over and bounces back over, so be it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, would that be an athletics check to try and do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think opposing
Athletics
athletics.
v athletics.
Yeah, for a shove.
Athletics v. Okay.
Oh, that's chunky.
Okay. So that happened. Oh boy.
And then it makes a con save.
Correct. That's the first thing it's going to do as it hits that area. Is it 20?
Okay,
That
so this will
saves.
be
Half damage.
But damage is damage.
3.
Hey.
I'm trying.
Hey, it
It's
works.
2d10.
Chip damage makes a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and the ogre, as you kind of shove it, goes into the square, and the other ogre, it just bounces off the ogre back into. You see it go into the moonbeam, it lets out a little of like a painful moan, and then it bounces back to the same spot.
Okay.
Kind of back and forth. Okay.
At the end of the turn, can I draw my mace off of my belt?
Sure.
Because I had to let go of him to shove him.
Right.
I'm gonna pull my mace off my off my belt.
Okay, that works. Next is Sphagooglio. He's going into the light.
Fierce. Well, I can't back up because then I'm gonna provoke an opportunity attack.
Fact.
So from where he's at, he's going to cast Shatter.
Nice. What's the radius on Shatter?
It's a 10-foot sphere. So I want to position it so that only those guys get hit.
10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah.
Gonna hit.
You're gonna hit more. You can't just hit both of them, or you had to hit yourself.
Okay.
You could hit
Okay.
Mega.
Well, I think
Or you can hit the one and it'll
You can
just
hit
kind of
me.
off.
That's fine.
Or
let
you can
me
just
go
hit
back
them.
to where I was.
Yeah, if
Hold
you
on.
were back, if you
There
cast
you
Shatter
go.
from there, you'd be fine.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
For a sec, I thought I got it mixed up with a different spell where it was just off of me. So we'll do that. I'm just gonna cast Shatter here, and they have to make a con save.
They're pretty good at these.
The
I hate
zombies
that
with
I've
good
said,
constitution make those con save. The 16 on the one to the right.
Okay.
One to the left is an 8.
Okay, so one of them passes. So the guy on the right passes. The guy on the left fails.
Yeah, I think half damage on pass for Shatter.
Half damage on a pass, and it is 3d8.
Thunder damage.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
So that's 13.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay,
That
the one on the left is looking very hurt, and the one on the right is still looking pretty healthy.
Okay,
We're
I'm going
working on
to
it.
for my bonus action, I'm going to hit the guy that I'm standing right beside.
Okay. With advantage. Because Mega's still there.
Oh yeah, advantage. Thank God.
Was it just a passive thing? Not restricted to when you're grappling?
Does it have
It's
Mega?
passive. It's here. Let me read the
If it's an
exact
aura, then
thing.
yeah, I think it's passive.
So with advantage, I got a 17. Without advantage, I got a 7.
You hit with advantage.
While I'm raging, your allies have advantage on melee attack rolls against any hostile creature within 5 feet of me.
Okay. So it's with
Okay.
advantage.
Okay.
So you hit.
Okay. And that is what's the damage on a dagger? I rolled a real one when I should have not. The damage is Why won't it tell me? Okay, just a flat D4. So 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
Yep.
Just a quick little stab.
As you
just a-
stab your dagger, your dagger's like, you got this. And next is the ogre in the moonbeam, so it has to make a con save.
Actually, let me double check that. Um,
What the spell said.
Turn or starts its turn there.
yeah, so I think it does have to make another con save.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Throw con and it succeeds, so half of your 2d10.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
Oh, zombies. Large zombies.
Shit. Okay, my computer decided not to work, so I'm gonna grab my d10s real fast.
Okay.
Since I have them here. There they are. Okay. And that's 9.
That should be 4. Okay. So it once again, as it ends its turn there, is just bathed in moonlight. It does take some damage, but it seems to shrug it off. It's going to make an attack against Mega. It's an 18.
Beats it.
Okay.
Damn it.
For 14 bludgeoning damage, half to 7.
Ouch.
Ouch. Free Alice. It's your turn.
Well, I got this person in front of me, and I'm just gonna keep trying to get it. 20.
That'll hit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. It is very hurt.
9 more,
Very hurt. But
and
still
and
barely
bonus
standing.
action.
That'll hit.
Sorry, let me do that one more time
Let's
because I
stretch
did
it
not
out.
roll advantage. Okay. And that's gonna be just another D6.
You got this.
2
No,
more.
you don't. It's still alive.
Yep.
Barely, but it's still alive. Kiva.
I'm holding concentration on this spell.
Okay.
So I can't really do much.
Well, concentration does not take up your action.
Right.
Move
You
it
just
over-
can't do
move it
another
over 5
concentration
feet
spell.
so that it's touching both of them.
Yeah.
She's worried about hitting you.
If nobody's within the radius, I'm sorry, I had to restart my computer that has the map on it. I have 2 computers. Anyway, so I had to restart that. But if I can get the radius in between 2 of them, then that would be nice, if
You
that's
could-
possible.
Totally.
You can probably put it like
For like
here.
back here, you can actually see the little. This one doesn't have to be there anymore. But yeah, you can see the little like circle. It's like there-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but she
can put it
can't see
there.
the map, so yeah, you can do that.
It
Kiva.
is there.
Okay.
You're good.
If it's there, then that other guy has to make a con
Make a con save. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Con save.
Meanwhile, roll your D10s.
It fails the con save. Takes full damage from
Oh,
2d10.
perfect. It takes full damage. I like it. I love it. Let me roll. Oh, that's 15.
It is very much dead. As the moonbeam kind of moves over, it just vaporizes.
Get scorched by the moon.
Yikes.
Okay. Is that an action for moonbeam? The thing's up here. Check real quick.
It's a move
If I move it, I believe it's an action.
Oh,
You can use an
okay.
action to
Uh,
move the beam up 60 feet.
It's an action to move the moonbeam 60 feet.
Yeah.
Up to 60 feet.
Oh,
Okay.
bummer! It's an action to move my death laser.
Oh no.
Let me just in a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
it took so much effort to just
Change the position of the satellite.
Okay, so
takes time and effort.
if you have anything else for bonus actions or movement?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I'm
Mega.
happy right where I'm at, and I have no bonus actions presently.
Okay, Mega. It's you.
All right. Mega is going to make a reckless attack
Nice.
on this ogre.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, yeah, it's only partially within the 5 feet. Yeah, so you should be okay.
As long as no one randomly moves into the 5 feet.
Just
We're
don't touch it.
Oh.
Roll con save, Sphagooglio. That hits.
I warned y'all. You go in there of your own free will. There's nothing I can do.
All right. I'm actually going to remember to add my 2 rage damage this time.
Nice.
It's important. Chip damage is what works.
It's minimum, but
But it's still
does
there.
something. It does something. We're like
You do
working
hit
on
him,
it.
and it does damage. He's still looking
Just
pretty
wait
healthy,
till
though.
Crealis gets her little claws in this bastard.
right.
Then we'll learn some damage.
Your presence is gift enough.
It's true. Anything else you want to do, Mega? Or?
Mega would probably just shift over here to get a better angle on him.
Gotcha. Okay. Sphagooglio, your turn.
Sphagooglio is going to come over here, and he is going to bop him with his rapier.
A packed weapon.
Try sticking him with it instead. It's going to work better.
Bop him. He actually takes out the hilt.
Mm.
Bam.
Yeah, you can bop him with the hilt.
Actually,
I gotta roll it. I gotta roll it twice because this is a macro for advantage. But 20, I assume, hits.
Yeah, 20 hits.
And then damage, so 4 damage,
Nice.
and then he's gonna use the dagger, which is dagger advantage 15.
That'll hit.
Okay. Another 2.
We're working on it.
You're working on it. You do your couple of attacks. It still looks okay, but it is starting to look a little hurt.
Okay, before the turn passes over, Sphagooglio's gonna say, Maguk the he's gonna yell, Maguk the shadow is possessing your friends.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Ogre Zombie's turn. I'm gonna make an attack against Mega.
It's gotta make a con save.
That's right, it's gotta do that too. I can tell you it's gonna be alive, but it will be slightly more damaged.
Hey, it's something.
It is. Hey, chip damage actually works.
That's 12 actually, so have to 6.
Okay. As once again, a little like moonlit fire, you see a little fire kind of go on his shoulder, and it seems to singe it, taking a little more damage. And the attack against Mega is a 19.
Rude.
4.
He gets to roll with advantage, actually.
Oh, okay. Let's see if he crits. Okay, it's actually both
Wow.
exact same roll. Okay, so 13 bludgeoning
Who's
damage,
next for
half
me?
down to 6. And next is Crealis.
I'm gonna like float right above.
Yeah, so move your character frame like 1 back so we can still see Sphagooglio, but I'm gonna say you're right there.
Just
The moonbeam.
keeps making these precise little. Oh
That
no!
still hits. It still hits.
Oh,
Hey!
oof,
It is a
Oof.
zombie.
oof.
Good old meat shield.
Oops. There we go. 15 damage.
15. Nice.
Nice.
Then not a crit.
So close again.
3 more.
3. Do your couple of attacks as you fly over Sphagooglio a little bit. It is looking hurt. Looking hurt. Next is Kiva.
Okay. This is getting a little annoying, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna keep the moonbeam right there since that seems like a good spot. But Kiva, let's see, how far am I? Okay, I do a quick measure. Can I squish behind Mega? Can I like?
You can pass
Squish.
through spaces.
Yeah, you can
like,
pass through me.
Okay.
It's just difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Right. I'll go ahead and move
20 feet.
right
Yeah,
over
you're good.
there. And we'll go ahead
Moonbeam's still
and stab it with my Yukawa. I haven't used that one in a minute.
It's been a while.
yeah, how do I use this?
With advantage,
Go
because
ahead.
Mega is still
With
raging right next to
advantage.
it.
Oh, with advantage. Boom.
That's the best
That
kind of
hits.
ant.
Something.
That's kind of advantage.
And that's an 8.
8. Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
But that moonbeam should still be active, even though like it's just a concentration.
Correct.
It's just cooking. It's just gonna keep cooking.
It's just gonna keep cooking. Okay. Next is Mega. It is definitely looking hurt.
All right.
Give it a hug.
I am going to. Not a bad idea.
Actually, it's probably a bad idea, given that there's a moonbeam nearby.
Over there. It's like
It's
getting
over. What's the
away.
worst that can
When the
happen?
thing is, when it's grappled, it has 0 movement, so it can't pull him.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna attack it just normally.
Okay. Normal attack. That hits.
There we go. Now we're cooking.
Nice.
Solid max
It is
hit. Nice.
looking very hurt as you slam into its side. You kind of hear bone and flesh break a little bit more than it already
Yeah.
is broken, and it kind of slimps down a little bit on its side. Next is Sphagooglio.
Sphagooglio pulls out his rapier, and he's going to hit with that. So with advantage.
22 hits.
So close.
Neither of those were friggin'
Almost a
critical,
crit.
Trevor.
One away.
So
3
3 damage on that, and then he's going to go with his dagger,
Okay.
which is going to be 15,
Okay. That'll hit.
and damage is 4.
Nice.
I love that the dagger did more damage than the rapier.
Yeah.
Hey, it
So you're-
happens.
You do
Shit
your 2
happens.
strikes again, and it is like on one knee, barely holding on.
And while I swung that one, I yelled, "This one's for Magok!"
Okay.
I really want to befriend this guy. I don't want him to kill us.
Aw.
Sphagooglio wants friends.
He's got
He
2
already
heads. He
has
can
a
kill us
friend.
at any moment.
He's got a friend in the
he's
dagger.
afraid.
Ogre's turn. One last turn. He's gonna go for the last guy that hit it.
Oh no! He's not gonna go anywhere.
Oh, it's
just
right.
yet. He
He's
has
got to
a
make a con
moonbeam.
save.
I like moonbeam.
He
I'm
succeeds.
surprised. That doesn't matter because he's still gonna take damage.
I know.
Oh, what? Hold on.
Two
That's
D
gonna
D.
be a math 12. So half to 6.
Okay, and the moonbeam just evaporates it once again. Another ogre deleted.
That radiant damage.
Oh, damage. Okay.
Coming back from that.
Nope.
Or is there?
Jeez, I hope.
Both of them come back. Fight them again.
Yeah, they're
That hard
zombies. They
pass
just
on
keep
that.
coming back. Every time you kill them, they come back as an undead.
Okay. Okay.
Crealis immediately like turns to see if the one that was like at the entrance is coming down toward them.
You don't see anything coming down towards you.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah. Mega's gonna come down off of his rage and be like, "Ooh, that hurt. I need to take a breather real quick."
Okay. So there's no way we're getting through this entire mound tonight. It's
I
already
was gonna say, I'm
10:30.
like, I feel like we
The
have a lot more to
last
go.
thing is Crealis. Out of the
Yep.
corner of your eye, propped up against this wall over here, you see a leather-bound, or not leather-bound, a leather case about yay by yay. Yay by
Mhm.
yay? Just kind of propped up.
Yee
Yay by yay.
Yeah, she's like she still has
The
she's put
moon
away
sword out. So you have,
the
or is it
one
away?
sword and
Oh yeah,
still has
the
the moon.
moonbeam is gone. And like as soon as it got evaporated, yeah, you
Have
can move
like,
Still has the moon
freely.
touch sword out for light.
is it 10 feet and then 20 dim?
The moon touch short sword, I do not know. 15.
Oh, 15, 15. Okay. Okay. You can't tell right now because you're next to the mushroom, but you do have a cone of light around you.
The cone of light seems a lot bigger than it should be. Oh, the mushrooms are giving off light.
Yeah,
Got
the
it.
mushrooms are also getting off light. It's not just straight
Yeah.
around you.
And like kind of notices that, but before she goes to it, while Mega's taking a breather, quickly like takes a brief look down this way, down that way, and then approaches this little case.
Okay. Very far in the distance, you notice a. This will be for next time, but you would see it because it passes by this mushroom. A very sickly looking owl bear just kind of mindlessly trudging around back there. And then you have the case. The case in front of you as you
Mommy.
you pick it up, you look at it, you turn it over, and you see a X symbol on the back of it. The symbol has the scroll for one of the lines and then the pen for the other line. And are you going to inspect it at all?
She'll come back to the group first
Okay.
and say, "There's another big creature in here too, but I found this," and kind of like puts it down and puts the sword down on the ground so it's still out and shedding light,
All right.
and
I mean, I've
examines it
got a
more
torch
closely.
still brewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's giving light from below it. That's giving light from above.
Mega notices the symbol on the back is the same as the card. The
Okay.
deck. Yeah.
Hey, I've seen one of those.
What
There's
is
one
it?
just like there was. I don't know. There was one like that in the shop back in town though.
I was with Mega. I
Creature.
don't remember, but maybe like should I see if Crealis remembers?
Sure. What would be a memory
History check?
History?
History
Yeah.
check,
Roll
yeah.
roll history to see if you like noticed it.
History or intelligence, it's the same thing.
History.
19.
You do. You
Nice.
remember catching it out of the corner of your eye. And you know that that's what it looks like.
What is it? What is it?
What
I'm
is
gonna
it?
detect-
Like-
well, you might probably don't know that based on
You
history.
don't
saw
you
it
don't
in
know what it is. You
passing.
do know that it was in passing you saw that it was something in the shop that was being sold. It looks roughly, I imagine you've seen a deck of cards before. It looked roughly around that size.
Oh, okay. Okay, it looks like a deck of cards.
Correct.
Can
In a
I
leather
use
bound.
detect magic here?
Sure. It
Crealis is
is
opening it up meanwhile.
okay. So
I'm gonna be like, whoa, no.
it is
Oh,
magical. I don't know what school that would be from.
I don't think any of us would know
You
what
talking
a
about
deck
a
of
deck of many
is.
things?
Well, we
Not
don't
quite.
know that per se, but
Because that wipes groups. So we're not doing
Yeah.
deck of many things.
deck a few things.
Deck of a
So
handful of
you
things.
okay? Backing up to Crealis, opening it up. There is a singular card in this leather bound thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sphagooglio, you detect magic. You don't really know what school it's from, but you do detect magic, as in it is a magical item.
Magic.
It's magic.
Do you know what this is?
What are you
No.
holding? Who are
The
you
dagger.
holding out to? What's happening?
Sphagooglio is asking the dagger, holding out
Yeah.
the dagger.
Oh,
Yeah.
ask me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
looks-
it's a dagger.
It looks like a deck of cards.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah. That's what the dagger
You
says.
are, and I guess it looks like I'm talking to Crealis at this point because nobody else knows the dagger talks. It's like you are not helpful.
Oh. Rude.
Um,
After like fatherly talk, now you're like,
Yeah.
"You're
Yeah, Crealis just kind of like shuffles back and just,
I'm so confused. Poor little Crealis.
but does try to examine this. Like what do the cards look like? Does it look? It's not sealed. It's just
It is not sealed. So you open up the flap
Yeah.
that was kind of holding it, and you looked in, and there was just a singular card. You can't make out what card it is.
like tip it out.
Are you drawing a card?
No.
Yeah.
I'm tipping out. I'm tipping out what's in there to look at it.
Like onto the floor?
Which is technically drawing a card.
I don't think
Are you going to tip it out onto the floor? Or are you taking it out? In some manner.
If you put it out on the floor, there's a 50-50 chance it lands on face up.
Okay. Hang on a second.
Vince really doesn't want to draw the card.
I know. I'm thinking like. I'm looking at certain things in my character sheet that I've written down. Hang on.
No, that's fine. Take your time. This is an important decision for potentially everyone.
She doesn't. She doesn't pull it out, but she does tip it out into her hand. Now, whatever that counts as,
Okay.
it counts as whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And we got to remember
Here
that,
it is.
player knowledge does not equal character knowledge.
Like with her givens, with her
Yep.
history, this is what she does.
Oh no.
The card that comes out looks like the King of Hearts. The
Okay.
deck that you see. And you feel more persuasive. And in non-player terms, that would be you have proficiency in the persuasion skill if you don't already.
Oh, cool.
I don't have it already.
Is that like?
There you go.
I guess we don't know if it's forever, but
You wouldn't know.
I'll mark it meanwhile.
The
Yeah.
card
None of us know anything.
then disappears from your hand and another card appears in the deck.
Oh.
Like,
oh,
you
is
see
that
the
how
deck,
this game
There is
is
no
played?
deck.
Right, sorry, it's a
a single
card.
card in a leather.
Yeah.
In a leather thing.
So yeah, so it drops out, and I look at it, and I recognize that it's a King
It's a
of
King of
Hearts,
Hearts. Yeah, because you've
and
seen
it
that card.
vanishes.
Yeah.
And I look back at the box,
And
and I feel like
there's another
something
one
come
in there.
over me, and I look back into the box, and there's something in there
Correct.
still.
Oh no.
She like carefully reaches up, closes the lid,
Okay.
and like just without saying anything, just goes back to where it was, and places it right back where it was.
Okay.
Crealis is like, and no.
Nope. Okay. Anyone else doing anything before we close it out?
So watching Crealis with the card, did we hang out long enough for me to take a short rest?
I don't think so.
Not quite a short rest. I mean, you can take it when we get back. You guys can kind of try and make an area for a short rest, but that wouldn't have been long enough to make a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The real question is the gambling
think-
man picking up the deck of cards?
He really wants to. I'm trying to think of what I'm going through my head now is, was I paying enough attention to notice or put it back?
Ooh. No, I can't. Ah, damn it.
Because if
I
I
was-
know it's there, I'm gonna take it. I don't know if I know it's there.
I don't think
That's what I'm
Crealis was
struggling
stealthy
with.
with it. I think Crealis just kind of put it back.
Yeah, she just kind of hopped.
Yeah,
You
but
can do a
like-
stealth check.
But it's out kind of like in the dark.
It's out
I'm
here
gonna make
ish.
a sleight of hand check
He does
as,
have
like,
dark vision.
how well do I like I don't want it really like I feel like
Hidden.
this is something that shouldn't be messed with. So I'm not
Okay.
like leaving it in the open, but I'm putting it around where it was. But
Yeah.
so that's
It's
it.
reasonable. Okay.
Oh,
Did Sphagooglio notice? Are you? I can't make you roll a perception if you're not really trying to notice.
Oh, and I'm not.
Well,
I'm
what's your
not.
what's your passive perception?
10,
It would be
I
below
think.
that for sure.
It's 10 or 11.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
wouldn't have noticed.
yeah.
Okay. Okie dokie. And we're gonna leave it with that then.
Yeah.
Tempter.
If I had the ability, I would have cast like Ogery to like
Yeah.
test it out, but I don't
You're
have
not
the
outside.
ability to do that
Correct.
presently. Otherwise, I would have totally done that and then like tried to draw a card.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He was
Would
a little
work.
more cautious.
A little bit.
How would that work? Because I
you
don't
just
even
wait.
know what it is before I draw it.
When
Anyway,
when this whole thing is over, we're gonna find out that was just the deck of many stats, and it was all nice stat increases.
Yeah.
nobody
could've just
knows.
pulled
Everything
forever,
was
and it
just
would've been-
perfect.
It was just
At the-
all good stuff.
At
I
the
All
end
can
of the
great
tell-
campaign,
stuff.
it's gonna show up every location we go to.
Ooh, actually, you know what? I want to pick up the case
Okay.
and put it in the bag of holding, but I'm not going to open it and I'm not going to draw a card.
Did you see me put it away?
Did you see your? I mean, do you have a? What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 12.
Wouldn't have seen
So
where it went.
no?
Nope.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yep.
enough.
Gone
Okay.
forever. That owlbear is gonna eat it.
Feel like on that note, it's a great note to call it for the night. Thank you everyone for stopping by.
Nice.
We'll see
Gosh.
you in roughly 2 weeks. Everybody
you
have
later.
a great rest of your night.